Yep.
Yo.
We live.
All right, let's get it popping.
All right, man. All right. Brothers is here. Everybody in the building, man. Regular time. You know what I'm saying? We here yet again, man. Another week. Always late,
Mm-hmm.
but always a classic, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I can say, man.
If you ain't late, you can't be great, bro. Let's just be honest, bro.
And Brother Lucci already see what's going on tonight. 7:30 Eastern, man.
That's it.
There's a spreading ignorance, man. Like no care at all.
That's
Spread it
somebody
around.
told me, bro.
That's
Oh, you can
horrible.
be great, man.
Terrible
You
advice,
can't
brother.
be great until you be great.
Terrible advice, brother. Uh, Yeah, man. Let's get this show on the road, man. Let's get this show on the road. A lot of stuff has happened over the past week or so. You know, wildfires and allegations out the wazoo, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's a lot going on, man. I feel like the world is ending damn near, man. I don't know what's going on, man. It's an energy shift.
Mm-hmm.
Brothers is simping in the league and all this. It's a lot, man. Um, this week, man. It's about three allegations, man. You know, I think it's the most allegations I've ever seen in a time span concerning celebrities,
I,
man. It's kind of been a wild week.
I thought I
Uh,
was tripping every time I look up and somebody getting accused of some more shit. So I
yeah,
don't know
I'm
what's
just
going
like
on.
it's been a little rough, man. But we're gonna focus on one specific situation. Um, Brother YK Osiris. Uh, man, this brother, man. If y'all know who that is, man, he was a rapper that had a brief little buzz for a hot little second. Kind of just fell on the radar. You know what I'm saying? I guess he couldn't recoup the label money or something. I don't know, but he basically quit rap damn near, became like a social media butt of every joke for a couple years, like. And recent situation came up where I guess he was, I don't know, at a conference with another fellow rapper slash whatever she is. I don't know what the sister is, man. But brother found himself, essaying the young lady. And it's on video, it's on record. It's not one of those situations where it's an allegation or anything. I mean, we literally got video evidence to
Mm.
showcase. But to give further detail, it seems that Sister Suki is not pressing any charges. She's not taking it to court or trial or anything. Um, she just wanted a simple apology from the brother, and she left it at that. Which is I don't know how to feel about that. Um, I don't know. So yeah, man, that's pretty much what it is. I mean, to give even more context, though, I will say, uh, the sister he did, essay, quote unquote, harassed. She has a history of, harassment and, uh, essay as well herself. And it didn't get the same amount of, you know, pushback that this situation has, which I find interesting. So we could go ahead and talk about it, man. Get it on out the way. What brothers think, man? If you've seen the video, I mean, it's been surfacing all over the internet for a
Just
minute.
there's footage of the incident itself.
Yeah, there's footage of the incident where he's basically trying to tongue her down essentially, and she
Yeah.
rejects his advances, and it's kind of really awkward. I'm not
Right.
gonna lie. And then he goes on about his business, man. But yeah, that's pretty much the situation. He tries to go in for a kiss, and she pushes him back, and that's pretty much it. There was no consent. It's not like she invited him to her in a way where he could do something like that. He kind of just went in for the kill, I guess, and
Mm,
yeah. So
right.
you know, somebody want to post the video in the chat, they could, just to give, you know, further context or whatever, you know, that could happen. But yeah, that, you know, that's pretty much the situation. See brother Phil in the building, Lucci. We got Black here. You know, other brothers gonna show up in a minute. Boom and Unc and Sebastian. You know, the rest of the Discord crew and whatnot. So yeah, man. What brothers think, man? I mean, personally, like I said, this situation is definitely foul. He
Right.
definitely was on some weird shit. But in my opinion, uh, I didn't see the same reaction, man, from last year when this girl was in a music video, you know, shaking her ass on a 7-year-old kid. Like literally, no one had any sort of anything to say. Really, like there was really, it wasn't met with the same vitriol, essentially, like at
That
all.
was the now I might be getting a little confused here, but because you mentioned the kid or whatever, I might have seen
Yeah,
it in a different video. But you said that was in a music video.
yeah, it was in the music video.
Okay. Yeah, I might have been thinking about something else. But were the other I know that case in particular was actually documented. Was the other stuff actually documented like cuz you said
Yeah,
she was like other harassment and stuff like that kind of involved in different cases.
yeah,
Uh
all of them situations are also documented. You know,
okay.
just from that with the kid to her kind of, you know, harassing people on set, you know, like if she's a part of a podcast, you
Right.
know.
I mean, well we kind of and I don't think there's any past that
Now I'm not giving either situation
different
pass, you know.
right, but that's what I'm saying is like I feel like there is different kind of we know like certain like if a dude does something like that is taken to like a different level than if a woman was to do a certain thing. If a dude is kind of caught like fucking around with like a female teacher and something like that is kind of
But yeah, we
looked
know
at
what
a different
that,
way than like if a female teacher was kind of or if a male teacher was on like a younger student or some shit like that
yeah. Yeah, I understand the
way.
connotation.
So it's like, and again, I don't want to give her a pass because it's gonna be wrong regardless, like regardless of like the genders or whatever like that. But I feel like that's why it doesn't really get as much press because once a dude steps out and kind of harasses a female like that, like we know that as a man, like we can kind of overpower females and stuff like that. So it's kind of taken to a different level in that regard.
Right,
But if a
right.
female is to do that, then it's almost like a dude's almost damn near looked at as like a pussy. Like nigga, why are you turning down this chick? Like she fine as hell. You should be on that shit instead of like, no, I'm actually getting harassed right now and like I'm not consenting to this shit.
I will say Suki is kind of known for that, like the type of music she makes, her persona outside of her music, is one and the same. You know, she's a very like over sexualized, very like, you know, she makes music for women that are just very hot in the ass, you know, very, you know, like
Hmm.
they move quick, they get around quick, all that. But yeah, you know, I done seen situations where she's harassed, you know, people herself or essayed people herself as well, you know. Um, and you know, like I said, it's just not met with the same vitriol at all in any sort of capacity. And I understand what you mean by that, Black, because as men, yeah, we you know we are basically physically stronger. You know what I'm saying? So in that regard, we you know we're clearly the stronger sex. So uh, concerning dealing with a woman in any sort of essay or abuse or whatever the narrative is that we can overpower them. So it shouldn't be met with the same reaction essentially. Uh,
My bad,
the
fellas.
thing is though, like it becomes an issue when you think the same about a little boy. You know, like uh, at that point, if you're an older woman and you're dealing with you know a child, the kid is not at that point where he's physically stronger than a woman. You know what I'm saying, or even mentally stronger either. Like that, and that's where the power imbalance comes into play. You know, even if you're dealing with someone in you know same age range as you, it's the same thing. I already broke down context. Like women don't get convicted for the same crimes as men. You know, especially like sex crimes. They don't get convicted as much. Like the most they're gonna get is a slap on the wrist for the same
So
crime, especially if they're, you know, violent offenders. You know what I'm saying? Repeat offenders as well. Like you looking at, you know, community service, you looking at house arrest, maybe you might become a registered sex offender, but that's about it. You know, not really looking at no time for real at all. Like really just seen a case where a teacher got sexually assaulted a student. You know what I'm saying? She got pregnant, and the kid got to pay child support. Like he was court ordered to pay child support for the rest of his life. And dude's like 13 years old, and that woman never seen in jail. Like I think she got arrested, but she didn't get convicted. So
the little boy got to pay child support.
yeah, he's got a court.
Oh man,
Yeah. So
that's wild.
yeah, I mean, yeah, that type of stuff happens all the time. You know, like I said, the narrative that we're boys, we're men, we're not supposed to turn down nothing. Like we just deviants. Like, you know, you see a woman, you're automatically supposed to do whatever because you're a man. No ifs, ands, or buts. Like it don't matter. Like you're not allowed to reject the woman. You're not allowed to turn down no sex. You're not allowed to think a woman is unattractive or any of that sort of stuff, or else you're, you know, you're effeminate, or you know, you're gay, or you're just weak, or whatever the case. And you know, that kind of narrative is kind of, you know, it's kind of a narrative in the black community to an extent concerning, you know, saying young black boys or whatever the case. But I don't want to turn into that necessarily. I'm just saying, like, I don't see the same reaction that I saw initially when she was on that BS. Like, I don't see it at all. You know what I'm saying? I really don't. And I just want the outrage to be even, essentially. Like,
Hey,
that's
but at the same time, I gotta play devil's advocate here, man. And I'm very hard on hoes. Like I'm definitely part of the committee. You know what I'm saying? The hard on hoes movement. So, but I don't think you should see the same reaction, because even though Shorty was out of pocket for that incident that she had or whatever, again, there's blame to be placed in more than one area with that situation. Whoever that child's parents are to blame for, one, even allowing them to be in that video, to be there, period. She has to take blame as well, because she's a full grown adult and she used poor judgment. In this situation, however, particularly, there's 100% blame on one person. So the this YK Osiris nigga, this is just clown behavior. This is just goofy. This is goofball behavior. Just because a shorty, hold on.
Go ahead.
Just because a shorty tells you, "Oh, I would turn you out," it does not give you the authority to take it upon yourself to stick your tongue down the bitch's throat. At all.
Yeah, I agree.
The bitch said she will turn you out.
Yeah.
She didn't ask for you to get up, come over to her, grab her by the neck, try to give her a kiss from behind, and all this other shit. You look like a nigga that's never been told by a female that she fucking with you.
But do you think, Boone, that's all the action, not to cut you out, do you think that, I think the nigga been getting away with that shit before, because that don't look like the first time he did that to someone. And I think being a celebrity, you know, you have, you know, these, who is that?
No, I'm not sure. I don't know.
Oh yeah, let's say being a celebrity, you have these shit, what I'm looking for. You have these women are fans that are willing to do anything for you with just a little money. And I know that, I mean, you could be a local rapper, bro, and you still have things that you can do that you are privileged to do more than a regular guy. So I'm thinking that this brother has done this shit before with fans, and this probably wasn't the right time to do this shit, because she's established and shit. But I don't think the average fan would have told him that. I seen rappers try to kiss fans all the fucking time. Sometimes they get turned down, sometimes they kiss them. So I just feel like this brother has done this shit before, man.
But she's not a fan though. She's not.
Yeah, that's why I said. Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Rapper
And this is not being done in private. Like this.
Yeah. Okay.
There's a panel of other people on there. Lil Duval, Heard, what? Like everybody looking at you crazy.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah. Okay, I see that. I just think the brother did this shit, bro. A lot of them niggas, those famous niggas, man, they get away with that shit, man. And I mean, they gotta be the right person to do that shit. Well, first of all, don't let them be established like she is. Like, she have a voice, and a platform to make something out of nothing. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I just say niggas just gotta be mindful, man. But I'm pretty sure he's done this shit plenty of times too, just random. You know what I'm saying? And another thing, I just think like you said, Boom, by her telling him that shit or whatever, nigga got hot instantly. Like nigga got horny or whatever the fuck he got. You heard from her talking that little bit shit to him. He got turned on instantly, bro, and thought that she was gonna go there with him, but she wasn't on that type of time. So that's a little sticky situation, man.
Nah, ain't nothing sticky about that, man. That
I don't know.
That brother violated, man. That's a violation, man.
Yeah, I'm saying it's a violation. I just think that this brother has done this before. He's out of pocket. Yes, I agree with you. He's out of pocket. I think this is why he did it, because he has done this shit before to random fans and shit. Or whatever. Like this, trying to kiss a bitch in the mouth because I'm YK Osiris. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, can I make a real quick, just a general statement? Because I don't know all the details, but from what you guys are saying, like Boom, Lucci, Cujo. Listen, man, I said this before, bro. Like, having money doesn't cover you being a perv. You know what I'm saying? Money and fame just gives you access to stuff that you already into. You know what I mean? And I feel like a lot of these brothers, man, I ain't gonna say no names, but like a lot of these rappers, R&B singers and stuff like that, they're so used to your point, Lucci, they're so used to being said yes to. You know what I'm saying? When a female does say no, like I think it can be offensive to them. You know what I mean? Because it's like, yo, I'm YK Osiris, or I'm Chris Brown, or I'm you know what I'm saying? Famous basketball player, whatever. You know what I mean? It's like offensive to their pride, man. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna try to make an example out of that brother, though, man. You know what I mean? Here's a question to Cujo: Have the women started rallying and kind of getting behind, like on the Me Too type tip already? Or
came out, another chick that came out. I seen another chick that came out.
I've seen a few female rappers, and entertain. I seen Amber Rose. About the situation. And a couple other artists or whatever, but
Amber.
Did you see the victim, though, Cujo? The other victim. There's another victim, bro. Another woman came out, the Bill Cosby shit. Like, bro, come on, man. What the fuck are we doing, man?
Another woman that came,
man.
Hold on. Hey, I want to address this nigga Meek Mill real quick.
Yeah.
What
is Meek? Is this a different thing or?
Nah, same thing.
Okay.
He advocated for you, boy.
Okay.
Basically advocated for the nigga YK Osiris's actions and basically told Shorty to handle it on some gangster shit.
What do you mean by that, Boom? What do you mean by that?
I got you.
Right question.
This is why toxic masculinity is a real thing. Because, bro, first of all, you can't tell no female how to handle this shit at all.
Right.
That's weird. And Meek has shown signs of being a weirdo for a long time. He always often sticks his neck in business that is not his. So that comment that he made really got me looking at the nigga super funny. Because, like you said, Thanos, a lot of these niggas that got money, got fame, they feel like they could say or do whatever, or they condone actions that, you know, us quote unquote regular people would never condone or get away with.
Right.
That is not the time to see. That is, see, this is the fucked up part about the game is there's not enough niggas in the game that will sit YK Osiris down and let him know, no, you out of pocket, son. Like, you can't. No, we don't do that. Us as men, we don't do that. Hold on. Us as men, we don't do that. As opposed to condoning a nigga running up on a female and essentially forcing himself on her. I just find that to be a problem, man. It's it's some weak niggas in this era, man. Like and I don't see, and the thing is, I don't look for our elder statesmen, you know, the Nazes, the Hoes, the, you know, Scarfaces, whoever, the Ice Cube. I don't look for them niggas. Them niggas, shit, nigga, I just looked at Nas profile. This nigga over in Europe somewhere, man. You feel me? Like, it ain't that ain't his job no more. You feel me? He could take it on himself if he chose to, but that ain't his job no more. It's the job of the niggas closest. In my opinion, it's the job of the niggas closest to YK Osiris's generation. So the Meek Mills, the Kendrick Lamars, the Drakes, the, you know what I'm saying, that class of niggas to sit him down, because they're the niggas that he's gonna look at as being cool. You feel me? So if them niggas getting at me, letting me know, nah, homie, that, you know what I'm saying, we ain't gonna judge you, but you was out of pocket. You need to handle that. That's the words he should be getting right now. Feel me?
Well stated, bro. I got a question for brothers, man. You're the judge in this court case. What's the consequence? Financial? Is it financial? Is it jail time? Is it
came
I
out
don't
as
think it's going
probation?
to. She's not.
There's no consequence to it. He's already apologized publicly. She asked for a public apology. She got a public apology. It's done. It's over with.
Yeah, so he's not
Case
seeing no
closed.
Do y'all think that was sufficient?
That's what she asked
You
for.
guys personally?
That's what she asked for.
Right.
No,
I was about to say that's
apology.
kind of regard on if she wants to press charges or not. Now, if she presses charges, and we're looking at a different situation.
Okay.
Is this in the realm what Trump said? What Trump got backlash about what he said about grabbing a woman's, you know, private part? Is this kind of like the same?
I mean,
realm, like a brother feeling entertainer feeling
not.
entitled
Nobody's
to.
gonna say this or something. Like, no, it's not the same, Lucci.
It's not. Okay, I was just saying, like, I thought a nigga would feel like he's entitled because he's, you know, because you.
Nah,
like,
this shit is on
that
camera.
bitch is supposed to be doing.
I think with Trump, I think Lucci, what you're talking to is white man privilege, as far as like he can say that on camera because he's such a personality and has been such a personality. That doesn't come across as far-fetched for him to say. So it's not surprising to people when he says it, right? It's like same deal, right? So that he has the character, he's prone to saying things like this. It'll get swept under the rug. Oh, he said this, ha 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 ha. It's a joke, but it ain't a joke. But see, to that same point, Lucci, the women that have come out about him to the media and press, it's all been suppressed, kind of like. It's all been kind of like, ain't no big deal. But with something like this, it'll get blown up just because it's us. And he apologized for it. He apologized for his actions. He a goofy. Now, shout out to the Sisters Who Kill podcast. I'm a steal a line from them. I'm not black. I'm OJ. If I would have did it, this is how I would have did it. Why are you doing this on the panel, cuz? if you felt this way about this woman, meet her at the after party.
Nigga got
Let her get lit. Let her get lit. Let her get lit. And then you can spit the game. You can spit the game to her right there. And now it doesn't look crazy if you do tongue her down in the club because y'all been vibing together the whole night. So it don't look crazy. If that's what your real intentions was, not to do it on cam in front of these people, in front of, like you said, Lil Duval and all these folks up. It's like, bro, you what? Like, that's if I would have did. I'm just saying, if I was him, I'm just offering that opinion. If I was him, I would have waited to the after party.
Mm-hmm.
We would have had some drinks. We would have got lit. The hookahs. You know what I'm saying? It's section. We lit. It's litty.
Yeah,
now I can rap to you. Now I can rap to you. And now if I want to turn you down, if that's my true intention to take you down at the end of the night, then I can do that. And it don't look as bad. I'm just saying it don't look as bad if you do it that way instead of just acting on your.
Let me ask you something, Phil. Even after all of that, what you just said, you go do all this with him, and you get to the point where you're in a club and the same situation happens, and she pulls away from you. Is this the same reaction?
Facts. Same reaction.
So you can't win, bro. That's what I'm like. It's no.
I mean, you.
Like,
But
you
you
got even after we've been. I know what I'm saying. Even
Now-
after we've been chilling, vibing, you making me think this is where you wanna go with me, and I try to, but then you like, oh, hold up, like, nah, this not.
All you got to do is respect it at that point. All you got to do is respect it at that. But you don't look as bad as a person at that point, though, Lucci.
Okay.
At that point, you don't look as bad. If we vibing together, and then you giving me the vibe that I feel like I could go in for this, and you say, no, it's cool. I feel like I've been in that situation kind of before, right? I'll be like, all right, okay, cool. I'll fall back on that because if that's if that's not where. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how you feeling. How you know what I'm saying? The liquor's flowing.
That's why I'm asking.
But say, look, all the woman can do is respect you at that point. If she say no and you fall back and be like, oh, I'm sorry, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you just say I'm sorry at that moment, right then and there, like if I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. I thought we was. It's cool. You just put it like, okay, cool. Like, I got it. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? But if I don't know. That's that, bro. That's a Lucci. What you talking about there is a slippery slope.
Watch it.
I'm talking about that's a balance beam, brother.
We can't act like we
one
don't know
foot.
the game, man. Like that
don't
game
want
of
it to swing
consent is
too
very
much.
pretty straightforward, dog. Like we can't act like we ain't really been in them situations where it's like I'm saying, like, bro, it's like
Consent
you
can't
know
be jaded.
when they're really consenting to some shit and they're really just kind of being like feeling you, dog.
Y'all
Like,
talking about taking
that-
pussy again?
being
Oh my God!
We're not taking.
fucking
No,
just
no,
taking
no.
a kiss, dog. Like you can't just
Yeah.
run up and be like, just because a
Yeah.
girl flirting with you or say some slick
Yeah,
shit.
come
That don't
on.
mean that
We
just
live on air.
justifies you sticking your
Like
tongue
that.
down her throat.
Yeah.
Like that don't
Yeah,
justify that.
that's just the crazy part, bro. Because when you're dealing with these days and days, bro, when you're dealing with alcohol, drugs in the club, like you gotta be mindful because back then you probably could kiss a bitch like you just met, and it wouldn't be anything about it. So I mean, like nowadays, bro, you gotta be very,
You can't
very
do that.
careful. Bro,
Oh,
like,
a man can't do it, but
meeting
a
a
woman
bitch in the
can. A
club,
woman
like
can.
I've met chicks in the club before, bro, and I've kissed chicks in the club,
kiss.
bro. Like that's not nothing new. I wasn't aggressive. It was just, it just happened. What I'm
That's
saying
what I'm saying,
nowadays, you gotta be mindful
what I'm
because a
saying.
bitch could go back and say, man, oh no, this nigga sexual
They
harassed
allowed
me.
that though.
Like, oh
Right.
yeah,
They allowed
I
that
feel that
though.
though.
I've been,
Yeah, you right,
I've been outside. I was in the club one time and this girl was like, "Hey, homie, hey, this one of y'all girls kissing on this girl all night." I'm like, "Oh, that was me, man. This bitch had a fat booty and all this shit." But they allow that stuff. Like, if a guy can initiate that, then it's a double standard. It's one of those things women can do, but guys can't. Like you can't just go up to no girl out there, even if y'all talking like y'all having a good time, and just kiss her.
I
It's
think
better,
it's
what I'm saying, if she do that. Like, what I'm saying? The energy gotta be mutual. But if it's like in some club and y'all dancing and stuff like that, and the energy and music, y'all just dancing, you gotta wait till she wild out and stuff like that. Or it's gonna
the
get bad.
club is, I feel like, the only place that can happen, that type of action can happen, and it won't be looked at as bad. You feel what I'm saying? As far as this point where we got somebody who's publicly doing it, like, I don't know if y'all done been in school before. Y'all done seen when a guy try to kiss a girl and she like move away, like, ugh, like, stop. Like, you done seen that before. Same deal. Same shit. You know what I'm saying? It's just how you respond after that. Like, if you be like, oh, all right, cool, I'm sorry, you know what I'm saying? As long as you're apologizing about your action, then that's cool. I mean, if you like the girl, I mean, like, I don't, you can say you like her and all that. Like, I don't know, bro. It's all I say, Lucha. This is a slippery slope because you have women like, nah, I like you being a little aggressive, and then you gotta gauge it. You really have to gauge it. You gotta really know like who you talking to, pretty much. Like, I don't know. It's a really slippery slope when it comes to stuff like that, like a simple kiss. Or what we talking about? A simple kiss, like trying to go in for a kiss. You really gotta know the woman that you're talking to. Do you think that this is going to?
It's not even. It's not just. I know we're about to transition and shit, but it's not even about just gauging that shit. Like, that comes with communication, dog. Like, you really gotta be open with these people and really gotta. And I'm talking about girls like that shit needs to be known before any of that shit happens, dog. And I feel like that's how people get in trouble more often than not, is just trying to go for that shit and not making that shit clear beforehand. And like them intentions have to be clear before you can just do shit like that. And I know as guys, like, we're supposed to be the guys that like instigate shit and like actually try to walk chicks down and whatnot, but it's like I don't feel like you can really make that leap without, especially in this climate, in this day and age, like, you can't just make those leaps without making that shit very clear. Like, now I don't
making it
try
known.
to get in, right, like, I try to prevent that scenario as much as possible. I try to make sure that, like, any person I fuck with, any person I try to get intimate with, that shit is 100% mutual, and we're going to get to that point. So it's like I try to eliminate as much doubt as possible before I do anything like that, and to just jump on the first signal to get some little kiss or like a little cheeks or something like that. I feel like that's a dangerous game, man.
That's a dangerous game you playing.
Brothers need to be wary of that.
Black, that's an excellent Black. Hold on. Last point, Cujo. We're gonna transit. Last point. I love what you said right there. It's a dangerous game when you playing that. I take the first sign of, I take the first hint of, and then try to go 100 with it. Like, no, you don't go 100 with it. You go, it's like driving on stick shift. You go first gear, second gear, third gear, fourth gear, fifth gear. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta roll through the gears to get to the final stage or whatever, like have you. And something like that is this is just a circumstance of mixed signals. He thought that all that shit that she was talking was exclusively towards him, and it wasn't towards him. She was saying that to niggas that she like.
You read a woman,
niggas that she like, she do that, and you took that as she liked me and want to act on it, and you just acted on it too quickly. That's what I said. If I didn't do it, but if I would have did it, I would have waited till the club that night and acted on that.
Right.
Yeah.
If that's how I really felt, if that's how I was trying to rock with her. Shit. All right, let's see what you talking about. You know what I'm saying? But not in public, not in front of these people. Like, we on camera.
I think Cujo was trying to transition.
Right.
Yeah, let's go. Yeah, that's it. That's a go on it.
We just said 30 minutes. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah. That was a decent topic. I mean, as we said, the situation is virtually over. Nobody gonna press charges, so I mean they can handle that.
She didn't press them.
Yeah, she's not pressing charges, so I guess the most just some public backlash, and
yeah,
that's pretty much it. So we're gonna transition to the next topic.
Let's go. We're here to bash Lucci this one.
Yeah, I've been I think when I come up with this like a couple days ago, whatever. Um, Never really got a real full definition, man, of the specific word. It's been used a very long time, but it seems that everybody, specifically brothers, men, we seem to have a different definition of the term, simp. And I guess today, man, we're gonna try to figure out how to break this down as simple as possible. What is a simp essentially, And before we get into the topic, honestly, in my opinion, I have an idea of what it is, but everybody gonna interpret it differently. We are definitely in the era of the most simps like ever, in my opinion. I've never seen this much simpery and ever really, and I've only been born in one generation, so I don't know, man. Like I don't see it letting up anytime soon. To be completely honest, like it's not gonna end anytime soon. So, but what do y'all feel a simp is? Like, what does that even look like for real?
Hold
Look
on.
like me, look like you. Could be anyone.
I got
Hold on.
I got
I'ma
a
let you
quick
go, 'cause
I
you
got a
long-
quick
you long-winded.
derivative. I got a quick derivative. Hold on, body bags. I'm gonna let you rock. I got a quick derivative to what you just asked right now, right? Your initial question is what is a simp, correct?
Yeah.
The derivative to your question is what is a trick?
Well, I mean, they're not.
It's the same thing, bro. Like, what the fuck, man? Like this,
What you
y'all
no,
gotta
it's
stop this.
it's what I'm
Bro,
saying though. You have
y'all
to
gotta
be a
stop
trick.
this.
You have to be a trick in order to be a.
That's why I say it's the same thing. Like, come on, man. You paying
But you have to
for.
define where he said what is a. So you have
Go
to
ahead.
break this shit all the way down. That's all I'm
Go
saying,
ahead.
Lucci. So if you're gonna say what is a simp, then what is a trick?
Yeah, but we specifically talking about.
And then what is a trick to a simp? Because in order to be a simp, you have to be a trick. All right, okay, maybe I'm the only one to think like that. Okay.
You gotta be a trick to be a
Are
simp.
you gonna define any of these terms, or are we just gonna relate it?
I'm asking a derivative question to his whole question is what is a simp? A simp is we can all sit here and break down a simp is this, simp do this, a simp do this. All right, cool.
Do that.
The underlying part of it is what is a trick? Because a trick is ultimately a simp. To Lucci's point, there are one and the same, but the trick has to the trick becomes the simp through time, through exponential work. You feel what I'm saying?
I disagree. I think you can be a trick without being a simp.
Yeah, not all simps.
How all right, can you explain that to me?
I've seen this is the best example I could think of, bro. Best example I could think of is when I was dating like them wild chicks back in the day, man, and they was doing whatever they was doing on the streets. They would describe to me some of their tricks, Phil, right? And some dudes would pay for like, sex or sex related stuff. But a lot of these chicks had tricks that didn't even want sex. They just literally wanted the company of a female. You know what I'm saying? So they would pay $40, $50, $100, whatever it was.
That's a simp to me, though.
But hold up, brother. You know what I'm saying? But they it's like a mutual understanding. Like, I'm giving you this money for your company, and after that, like, we're done. Like, there's nothing after that, right? To me, a simp, and maybe and y'all can help me out or correct me, but the best example I could think of a simp, I used to have a homeboy back in the day named Chris, and I remember his first girlfriend, Trina. She had this boy wrapped around her finger, like if she needed money, he used to sell a little weed, you know what I'm saying? She wanted weed, whatever, like he was on it all the time. But look, whenever she had him waiting, or didn't want to do something or didn't want to go out, this is what I remember hearing him calling his cell phone. Trina, answer your phone, please. Trina, I miss you. Trina, you know what I'm saying?
So he was a trick
like he,
That's a simp.
yeah,
That's a
like
simp.
he was tricking, but that's a simp to me. There's a motive. Hold up, Phil.
He was in love, though. He was in love, though.
But Phil, this is the difference to me, though. To me, my experience.
Okay.
What I've seen.
All right.
The difference to me is his emotions was involved, and that made him a simp on top of being a trick. You know what I'm saying? You got brothers out there that can trick off some money or some jewelry or take a girl shopping or whatever, and it's nothing. There's no emotion involved. If you decide to stop messing with me, stop calling me, asking me for stuff, it does not bother me. I will go on to the next one. Whereas a simp is going to be stuck on that one chick or whatever female he comes across, and that's always going to be his go-to thing. Like, okay, money, jewelry, shopping spree, all that stuff. But bro,
I don't feel like.
Too, though.
Go ahead.
I don't feel like.
No, I don't. Hold on. Let me get my shit off because I was supposed to go out the field.
Right. Go ahead.
Exactly right. Thanos is exactly right because it is a difference between a trick and a simp. You can to me, tricking is I see how it's similar, but you doing that shit for the females, but it comes with you doing that shit. They know you doing that shit. It's a mutual agreement. You're not going above and going beyond your standards. As for simps, you can really be and when love is involved, you definitely can simp a lot easier because you clouded by your emotions. You see what I'm saying? And women know that shit. So as a simp, he doing like you said, at first relationship like that she's playing, he going above and beyond. He talking about calling and not texting and shit like that.
Okay,
he's not doing that. 9 times 10, that girl probably saying that shit. Women don't even respect that shit anyway because then they see you don't have no morals, no codes, no standards. They're able to break you.
I hear you. Okay, all right, cool. I got you. All right, look, Ty here. All right, cool. The simp is emotionally invested.
Right. I was about to say, I think that's
whereas the trick is the financially invested partner, right?
That's my observation. I'm saying brothers might have different depth. That's just my experience. What I've seen.
I think that's the separation between the two terms is what I was getting at first off, right? But I feel like
that's exactly correct.
Right.
I'm gonna speak for a nigga that had a lot of hoes.
Okay.
Again, like Thanos said, like Body Bag said, but whoever else, Black, whatever, a trick is strictly financial. Nothing else. I got the bread to do it. Fuck it.
Don't matter.
A simp is attached.
Right. To the hit.
That's it.
Probably on his knees, attached to the
hit. I feel if a trick, if he constantly fucking with the same person, bro, eventually feelings gets involved. I feel
it would lead to. That's why I said it's a derivative.
Feelings eventually gets involved, and even if that trick cuts that bitch off, that bitch hold on, boo. If that trick cut that bitch off, and that bitch fucked that trick brother or best friend. That nigga gonna feel some type of way because you know what? I just spent all this money on this bitch here. I done tried to get this bitch away from me, and my brother didn't fuck. That's just how I feel. That could be a situation.
He ain't a real trick. He ain't a real trick.
I was about to say
because eventually, that's why I say if you keep on tricking the same bitch, eventually you're gonna feel like that's my hoe. That's my hoe.
At that point,
that's my hoe. I don't.
But at that point, it's neither or. If that's your bitch,
right?
Yeah. Tricking or simping. If you continually keep messing with the bitch, now y'all have actually moved into a status of no, this is my bitch, or this is my nigga. We talking about when you talk tricking and simping, this is to somebody that is not yours.
Okay,
like you don't trick on your wife. No, that's your wife. You know what I'm saying?
It's a great point.
Girlfriend for 5-6 years. That ain't tricking. We talking about just coming and going. Okay, I got this bitch I've been kicking it with her for the next month or two. All right, I'll buy her a purse or two, buy her a bag. You know what I'm saying?
Right, she wants the nails done.
Get her nails done, whatever. I'm getting the pussy.
Yeah.
It's all good. We rocking. And then a simp, again, he doing that, but he's actually emotionally invested, hoping for something else.
Right. I don't even think a simp is even.
The intention of the trick, Boom. The intention of the trick is what we're talking about. What you just explained right there is the intention of the trick. If the intention of my trick, that's like just like me and you, right? We were strip club connoisseurs. We go to the strip club. We spend money. We know the strippers in there. They got rapport with us. We got rapport with them. We cool with them. All right, cool. You know what I'm here for. I'm basically a trick, but I'm not a trick. I'm just a trick for this shit right here. What's going on right here? We tricking off for this right here. It ain't no hold on. It ain't no intention. You got it. Hold on. What I'm saying is it ain't no intention coming out of this. I'm not looking for a relationship to come out of this intentional tricking. But if I'm tricking with intention, then I will become a simp. Because my emotions will be coming right. Because my emotions will become invested in sale.
I've seen niggas do this before, bro. Bro, if you keep fucking with a bitch, bro, like eventually, bro, you're gonna feel like this is, bro. I just spent all this money on buying you shit.
In my experience, even if you don't catch the feelings. Even if like a bitch, even like you have some type of respect, you view her in a way and you trick her like, I fuck with you, I respect you, some shit, and she do some actual foul shit, about in the way she do it, you won't feel away. You know what I'm saying? Bro, that's what it happens. Like, that's the thing about tricking. Like tricking is dangerous because you can lead it into something. So that's why you gotta move correctly with the women that you move. Right? Like, I can't do that. I might get my feelings if I do that shit.
Tricking consists of being in a certain tax bracket too, bro. Like, let's be honest, bro. Like, you got a 9 to 5. You're not just hold on. I'm talking about tricking. I'm saying if you have a 9 to 5, like how niggas saying just throwing away hoes, like niggas with a 9 to 5 just don't throw away hoes like that after you just spent bread, invested money and time into that. Like, come on, let's be honest, bro. Like niggas who really don't give a fuck about females. Niggas who can buy another bitch. Niggas who have a 9 to 5, bro. You're wasting your investing time, energy, and money. And money, you got a 9 to 5, so nigga, you only got so much, nigga. You're not sitting with $50,000.
But you can
not working man, but it's a certain type of man.
But you can still trick on. You can still trick on whatever level you on, though, Lucha.
Right.
I'm saying tricking to where I'm talking about this. Then I was tricking to where you saying that you
about
just get rid of a bitch. Like you saying, I'm talking about the niggas who's trick and just get rid of a bitch and go to another bitch like that. I feel like those brothers are in a different tax bracket. A nigga who works a 9 and a 5 that's spending money to live that you hot, but time and invested, cheating on your wife and all this shit. Eventually, bro, if you're tricking, eventually you're gonna catch feelings for that little thought, that little sack chaser, bro. And that's how shit happens, bro. That's how affairs start, bro, with the working class, man. Tell you, bro. Yeah. It's crazy. Yeah, man, it's fucked up, man. I mean, I'm not about to spend no time, energy, and money on the bitch and just give her away like that and just feel like I didn't,
But come on, bro. That doesn't make you either a trick or a simp. Like, that makes you just a regular nigga that don't.
That's why I say
that you don't get nothing in return.
But
it start off as tricky though, but you become a simp in the.
But see, I don't think it starts with tricking. Like I've been around. Like I've actually worked with a nigga that was like in a situation to where this nigga that wasn't paying for nothing, but this nigga was clearly a simp. Like this nigga just was attached to the hip at this bitch, but she had her own money. Like she didn't look at him for money or for nothing. She just looked at him as like a friend. But it was clear that it wasn't just like a friendship for this nigga. Like it was clear that it was like, no, this nigga's down to do anything for this shit. But like,
he's a lame and a goofy. But that's a rarity too. It's also black.
No, but like it was clear that it was like this. Like chick already had like a boyfriend and everything, but dude was still clearly down to do whatever for her. Yeah, like that nigga was the clear version of a simp that I've seen in real life. Like, and that had nothing to do with finances at all. But that nigga was a simp, clearly.
He was sprung off the pussy. and you got to get some. If the only
Man, that nigga wasn't even
compensation he was
feeling
getting out of
shit,
that
man.
was, you think he ain't getting no cheeks?
Man, that nigga didn't get nothing. That nigga didn't get nothing. I know it.
That nigga said nigga wouldn't get nothing. That nigga wouldn't get nothing. Nathaniel. You heard
wasn't getting nothing, man. I know it. I already know that nigga wasn't getting nothing. That nigga got no play.
I was gonna say to Lucci's point, man. I kind of agree with you, but I still stand on like I've met guys who will just trick on their level. They may not be like super duper ballers, but they gonna spend whatever they got. Or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. I done seen niggas trick on that. I done seen niggas trick on their level. I done seen niggas trick they whole look. Ty. I done seen niggas trick they whole shit off.
Still,
I'm saying,
you feel me? The whole joint, like the whole check they got, we just tricked it off. And I'm like, yo, my nigga, why is you doing this? Nah, this is my girl, dog. I'm finna do.
I ain't trick my whole shit off, but like tricking your level is a thing. I've done that shit. Like, if you like, no, listen. And then, when I had 2 jobs one time, I'm like, oh, this bitch can fuck. I'm like, all right, man, you in your mid, okay, you in your early 20s, all right, cool. And I'm 30, so I'm like, all right, this bitch gonna look at me as a sugar daddy. So once you put that in your mind, you know what I'm saying? You like
Jesus Christ,
you can get off, and once you put the shit, like, oh, this is looking as a sugar.
Once you take that mindset on, you can do it.
Once you take the mindset, like, oh, she looking at me as a sugar daddy, bitch, I don't give a fuck. You sugar, you can't even say you use me. I ain't even trying to get with you like that. You just having a good time. You got just about your mindset, man. I'm trying to tell y'all, bro. And tricking your
but see, look, and that's a dangerous game too, body bass, because look, she can get attached to the lifestyle. She get attached to the lifestyle, how you treat her.
That's my problem, and that's why I stopped doing that shit.
That's your problem. If you in that situation, that is not your problem. Like, that's between her and
no, it's your problem.
But it is though. You provided.
It is because those girls get crazy as fuck after that. I'm trying to tell you, bro. It's not your problem, but it's your problem. I see what you're saying, but it's still your problem.
That's the problem for the next nigga that she wants to try to get in that situation. That ain't your problem.
Yeah, but she never gonna leave you alone, though. I mean,
you can't break that. You can't break that type of situation off easy.
You ever heard the term? You ever heard the term? You fuck the girl head, got the mind on.
What you mean she not gonna leave you alone? Once that money slow up, she gonna be dead off you fat.
Oh yeah,
no, she gonna be Mariah Mills on Twitter. That's what she gonna be, Black.
Yeah. Man,
that's what she gonna be.
She not gonna give 2 fucks about once that money gone, dog.
That money in jeopardy,
I'm
dog.
I'm gonna tell you something. If you pipe in them situations, let me tell you my situation. If you piping the shit down and the money slow up, and you piping it down right, and she vibe with you. Like who you are, oh no, you got a problem still, man. Because you already made a impression on her. That's the thing with these women. It don't matter if their money's slow up or not. If she know you can get out that hole, you made an impression on her. Now, some niggas, you're right. Money slow up. If he asks, if you really ain't got no mindset, you can't get out that hole. Yeah. You know
but she had to like you. She had to like you in that situation, body bag. What you talking about right now? She had to really like you.
Yeah, she got like you. That's my problem. I'm a likable person. So like that was my problem when I've done that thing. But otherwise than that, yeah, you right. Man, your money slow up because it's really she out of here.
I feel like that's a completely different situation at that point when like she actually just start gun feeling for you and shit. Like I don't feel like that's just a sugar daddy or some shit no more. Like I feel like okay, well y'all niggas can't be in a relationship.
Hey, black, you right. It can't be the separation from the gifts and the relationship, right? I see where you're coming from, like an escort, right? Like an escort.
Mm-hmm.
An escort is a paid person to be with you, right? So there isn't no. Right, you know what I'm saying? So it ain't no there are people out there like that where it's just like, all right, this is what it is. This is the whoop. There's no, but there's still some level of emotional attachment to it. That's I feel like that's behavior too.
Man,
if I'm paying for escorts,
I don't think it's that far fetched for the lady to have passion for her job and really, feel for these niggas. in a certain way. Like I don't think that's out of reference, but like I feel like their number one priority is that money. And once they get it, or once that
Right.
shit is no longer an option coming from a certain nigga, they gonna look for the next check. Like plain
Yeah.
That is true. They
Yeah,
do.
that's
I'm gonna tell you something. They start moving a little bit different. Like if you start off, 'cause I've done that. I made that mistake before. Like with just fucking with a chick. It's not. Oh, I call that shit. Like you know what I'm saying. You start off. You know what I'm saying. Doing good, going out doing fun shit, piping her down, spoiling her like every other 2 or 3 weeks. But then if you try to slow that up for any reason, you might not even fell off. You could be like, no, I'm gonna slow it up. I'm gonna try to fix this car or some shit, whatever. They gonna start acting different. You know what I'm saying? Because the money ain't. You know what I'm saying? You already started too powerful. Like they say,
bro, that was the main basis of the relationship. I don't know how to like. That's why I don't like being in that situation. Niggas ask me, it's like, why don't you like the thought of like actually like paying for escorts or like paying for pussy or something like that? That's why, because once that, I'm not trying to pay for somebody just to be around me like that. Like, because once I change that up a certain way, or like just don't want to give you money just to hang out, like then you're gonna start
Then-
acting different. And I've never been like appealed to
but
that
that
type
comes
of
with
situation.
that comes with the intention though. Black, see, like if
For
you're
sure.
paying for
For
escort,
sure.
you're
I know
only
that's the
paying
exact
you're only paying for the
Yo.
time. You're only paying for the time and experience.
Yeah,
You're
hold
not
up.
paying
Yeah,
for
Cujo,
I
you good?
emotional
understand that.
attachment.
Hold up.
Yeah,
Yep,
I
Cujo, say
understand.
something.
Let the host go real quick. Go ahead.
yeah,
Go
yeah.
ahead.
Go ahead, Cujo. My bad.
Nah,
He
I just wanted to see
disconnected.
if
So.
y'all can hear me.
Yeah, you
Go
good.
ahead.
Yeah, you gotta say something now, brother.
Mhm.
Yeah, put me on the spot.
Yeah. What's your thoughts on it, man? You brought it up. I mean, it's your topic.
Yeah, nah, I was gonna let brothers rock. I mean,
Sure.
yeah, tricking and simping, man. You know, as I said, it's definitely two different things. Tricking for the most part is strictly financial, strictly transactional. You know, I done seen dynamics, you know, where, you know, sugar daddies, you know, they deal with a, you know, younger woman. You know, they just, you know, spend money on them financially. Some get involved with them, you know, sexually, but for the most part, they usually don't, either because they're older and they really just prioritize companionship for real. And a lot of these women
Mhm.
tend to have boyfriends on the side, or they messing with somebody while having a sugar daddy, or a specific type of older gentleman, or whatever type of dude that spend money on them. I think with simping, well, not even I think, but with simping, it's more like it's definitely more of an emotional aspect, but it's the position you put yourself in, like you know, feeling like you're subservient to a woman, that you're beneath her essentially, and you kind of just
Right.
doing things for affection, or you know, the same type of
For
attention she's
attention
giving to
and shit.
somebody else.
Yeah.
You know, especially if she's, you know, really attractive, like and you know, because you don't necessarily have the confidence in yourself, like you don't got the same options necessarily, so you kind of just go all out. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I've been there, high school days, early adulthood days. It happens to the best of niggas, but
That's right.
honestly,
Is that Cujo? What
yeah.
you just said right there, is that necessarily a problem for brothers to do? If you find that woman that you, I mean, like it's like I told Lucci earlier, this is a slippery slope that this conversation is going down, because what you just saying is like, okay, cool. If I do like a woman and I find her attractive, or I like her, you know what I'm saying? All right, cool. So now there's a fine line of like, how hard do I go? And
I can
that's
provide
what
an
that's what
example.
communication comes into part two. But then it's like, you know, some
Yeah.
women like that. Some women like to chase too. So it's like it's
Yeah.
a tough part to be like, when do
I
I
don't
apply?
think
I'll
When
give an
I apply the
example.
full court press tour, or
I
when I
don't
just be
think
like,
that's inherently, just to answer your question. Sorry, I don't want to like actually
Yeah.
like, well, but like just to answer that, Phil, I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. Me personally, let me just speak for myself because niggas might see it a different way. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing for a nigga just to be like almost infatuated with somebody, because you can find love in a lot of places for real. So I don't
Right.
think it's necessarily a bad thing for somebody to be infatuated with somebody, so much so that they just kind of constantly want to be in their presence or constantly want to make their presence felt around that person. you kind of have to just move in the right way with that shit though, to not be considered as like, because of course like we almost use simp as like, or we do use simp as like derogatory now, so it's like, or I don't think there's ever been a positive way to really call another motherfucker simp. But I feel like it's usually like you got to move in the right way with that shit, and it's at least in my own experience from what I've seen and with the people that, or the person I've been around that showed those symptoms to me, like I feel like there's a fine line between just wanting to be that companionship and kind of looking for that kind of I don't know, that communication or something like that. It's like there's a difference between that and being a complete and total weirdo with that shit and just doing like the most outlandish shit to make yourself like just like an exclamation mark on top of yourself type shit, like just to kind of put that pinpoint on
funny
you.
word to use for that.
I've seen dude do some weirdo shit just to get that attention, and that's why I consider him like, okay, that's the clearest example I've ever seen of a simp, because I've seen him do weird shit just to get that attention from somebody. Yeah, so it's like I feel like you kind of have to play it the right way to kind of separate yourself from getting that term put on.
Go ahead, Cujo.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I got a story specifically like that. You know, back in early adulthood, high school days or whatever. I used to have a homie and whatnot. There was a girl in our friendship circle that I kind of known since middle school. You know what I'm saying? She had a crush on me or whatever for a very long time, but I never really seen her in that way for whatever reason. I just never did. Never really saw her in that way. It's not that she wasn't attractive or anything. I don't know. We got to high school. Everybody kind of went their separate ways. He got closer with her, and I got to see her a couple years later. So this time, she got a little bit more finer. You know what I'm saying? Grew into her body and whatnot. But for whatever reason, still, like I was just like, I'm still cool off her.
Mm-hmm.
Now the homie at the time, man, he was doing a lot for this girl, you know what I'm saying? And like a whole lot, man. Like he would always complain to me about it, you know what I'm saying? Tell me stories about like she was working at the time, so he had a car or whatever, he'd get her to, get her nails done, pick her up, you know what I'm saying, to get her nails done, pick her up from work, you know what I'm saying, to get her check cashed. And it got to a point where, he was picking her up from damn near picking her up for other niggas' houses and all type of weird shit. Like,
man. Man.
Now at the time,
that's
crazy.
Did he hold on? Can I ask you a question?
Hold on. At the time,
did he hit before that?
Man, we know the thing ain't hit.
They never did anything. They never really did anything.
Oh, then yeah, he bugged.
We already know this thing ain't hit. That's still wild as fuck. I don't care if you hit or not. Like
the most
bitch just got her back broken and then he gonna pick her up. Nah, that shit wild. I don't care.
Yeah,
if I hit you already, I don't give a fuck. If I hit you already.
According to him though, they shared like a little kiss in high school or something like that, and he kind of held on to that.
That's it.
But
this nigga got a peck on the teeth.
Yeah, it was like one of them type situations, and they got a little older. Mind you, listen, man, like I'm not sure why I wasn't really into her like that. She could have been a kill, but I wasn't really feeling her. And at the time that I got cool with her, she basically became a full blown, with all due respect, she became a whore. You know what I'm saying? Full blown whore. Was outside. It was before the hot girl summer era. She was just doing whatever with whomever, and that's cool. You know what I'm saying? But that doesn't. I think his logic was basically, okay, this girl's a hoe, so she might as well be one with me. And eventually, if I do these things over time, it's gonna happen. And I'm like, well, she got to at least be attracted to you first. Mm-hmm. And I don't think she necessarily is. So you're doing these things in hopes that you'll get some ass, and she hasn't really got to that point with you. Yeah. So it literally got worse every single day. You know what I'm saying? Like she just full blown taking advantage of this nigga every single day. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's just one example. You know what I'm saying? Now I've been down bad in my days, but that is different level down badness, man. You know, at least in my case, the John was attracted to me, whatever he did or do. But there were definitely instances where, you know what I'm saying, I definitely done, you know, been down bad. But that type of shit where, you know, you don't even get the type of attention from that particular woman and you kind of just doing stuff,
Yeah.
you know, because you're like, man, okay, well, she not necessarily attracted to me, but she will be if I buy her this, if I take her around, if I do this for her. And that's what we mean by simping. Now, if he was just tricking, like if he was just giving her bread to get her nails done and just doing it just to do it because he had that type of money and they established that type of relationship, all right, then I wouldn't look at him any different. Like, he's not a simp. He just, you know, I guess he just has a kink for spending money on women.
Nah, he's tricking. He's tricking with
I was
intention.
gonna bring that up, Cujo, which is an actual kink. Like niggas really like. I don't know if niggas necessarily get off on it as much as the women do, but I've heard that that's an actual kink of just spending money on women.
Yeah, but
or just giving women money, not even necessarily spending it on them, giving them money.
Niggas was in college, bro, you know, was on 9 to 5 time, and he wasn't trying to do all that. He was just trying to get some ass for sure. You know, like I said, she not ugly at all, you know what I'm saying? But I wasn't really on it. I could tell that I didn't have to put in the same effort as he did concerning attraction. And that's no diss to him or anything, but I just noticed there was definitely a difference. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I could have taken full advantage of that, but I'm just like, yo, he feeling her and I'm not. So I don't really feel like getting in the mix of all this. Plus, in my opinion, she wasn't worth doing all of that for anyway. Even if she was, like, giving yourself up in that regard for a woman, bro, I just don't see what outcome you're going to get from that. Even if y'all do end up doing anything, is she even going to be attracted enough?
Why you ain't tell your mans? Why you ain't tell your mans that though, Cujo?
I told him all this already. Yeah, I told him all this.
Okay. So all right. So you told him all of this, and he still proceeded forward with his.
Yeah,
okay,
he
all right, cool.
Never listened.
Cool.
Like I started to pick up that all he wanted to do was vent. You know what I'm saying? I started picking up on that. Like, damn. So you don't even really want no advice. Like, I told you already. You said all right, and then you doing the same thing this week. Like, and you telling me about her. I'm like, yo, bro. She's a thought, man. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, even if she wasn't, like, she's clearly using you. But I'm just saying, in this instance, based on the way she talks and the shit that she outside, bro. And
right.
For whatever instance, she doesn't want to be outside with you. So cut your losses and get the fuck up out of there. All right, bro, I got you. Then the next week, nah, man, she done da. And I'm like,
that's worst case scenario, Cujo. What you talking about? That's the brother that's not even acknowledging the clear usage of his simping.
He doesn't want to though.
Yeah, he don't want to. He
just wants that companionship type shit, but he's willing to pay that cost to get it.
Yeah,
right. He's tricking with intention, but it ain't the intention ain't being.
You know, he did cut her off eventually, but it took a long ass time. Like, it took time, and that's when I realized, like, bro got confidence issues. Now, mind you, we both did at the time. Niggas is young, you know what I'm saying? Puberty, face full of
college,
college.
Yeah.
We both kind of had, you know, our slew of self-esteem issues and whatnot. So I gave him a pass in some regard to that. It's like, all right, cool, whatever. But I just knew in that regard, I'm like, yo, you can't be moving like that. You know what I'm saying? Now, I had my slice of humble pie literally the next year by getting a girl and shit. But it was just that in that instance, I'm like, bro, you're doing a lot for little in return. And that's what I mean by the difference. Now, the line can be thin when it comes to simping and trick. I'm not about to act like the line ain't thin. It's very, very fucking thin.
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
You know.
Yeah. I was gonna say to answer, that was a great story, by the way. To answer Phil's question, my definition of, like, when a brother's doing too much, for me and my experience and where I'm at in life now, bro, to me there has to be some kind of reciprocity, right? Like, it can't just be me doing everything for you. The woman has to show some type of interest in, like, your needs and what you got going on, your dreams, your financial situation, whatever. Like, she has to be inquiring of those things, not in a way to, like, demean you or put you down, but, like, to see, like, what you want, you know what I'm saying? Like, what you about and how can she be of assistance? Because to me, if she really rocks with you, bro, she's gonna be looking for a way to help. You know, that's what I don't know. I don't want to get too biblical, but women was created to be the helpers. You feel me? Like that should just be in them to do if they're
Right.
for you. You know what I'm saying? And one thing I got reminded of recently, man. I'll make it very short and sweet. I got reminded of something recently, bro, with a recent situation. It took me all the way back to being like late teens, early 20s, right? And it's like this. Sometimes females will tell you some stuff like, I don't usually, something about you. There's just something about you, or like, I don't usually do this fast, or whatever, right? And it's like, bro, it reminded me, like, because I remember learning this way back in the day. Y'all can probably confirm this. That is not true. That is a script that they have memorized over the years. You know what I'm saying? They run that. You know what I'm saying? They run that by whatever. They run that by whatever man that they interested in for that time, in that moment, whatever. She may really like you, but she may like a lot of other dudes too. And she running that same game, that same script. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, man.
Wow.
Pay attention to a word, a woman's actions, not her words. 9 times out of 10, half these girls don't even know what they
Yeah,
feel.
so
A girl can't choose what the fuck she want to eat. It's so simple. You gotta guide that almost every time. You need to pay attention to her actions, bro.
yeah, I was just gonna say, I agree with Body Bag. I was just gonna say real quick, last bar, bruh. Like the situation I'm kind of sort of in right now, or starting, or whatever. We haven't got past like, I think you're cute and I think you're funny. Like, you know what I'm saying? To me, that's like the most basic surface level stuff you could tell somebody. You know what I mean? So I cannot take this person super serious, you know what I'm saying, like on a relationship tip, because they haven't said, like, I don't know how else to explain it. Like, they haven't said what I'm looking to hear. You know what I'm saying? Like, there hasn't, I know that sounds crazy. I know dudes ain't supposed to admit that, but you haven't shown any interest in me or what I really got going on outside of physical stuff. You feel me? So it's like,
superficial things that don't mean a hill of beam to nothing.
It's like you cute. I do like your company. You are cute. But man, like, we gotta have some conversation past a certain point at some point in time. You know? So
you just out here. You just out here.
Women in this area is either you deal with them accordingly or you don't deal with them at all. So if you are dealing with one where it's just strictly physical and you know it's not gonna get past that point, then you leave it at that. All that, what are we? And I just think we've been doing this for so long. And
but see, look, that's the danger of that, Cujo. That's the danger of that. That's the danger. You gotta vet because you can't go off of that. The vetness has to happen, because you just choose off the physical, like what Brother Ty was saying. Like, if she was just like, oh yeah, you're cute, like all that, you're like, yeah, that's cool, but like, that's not sustaining anything though. So there has to be a vetting process throughout all of this too. Like, yeah, I can find her physically attractive, but does this even work for me? Like, how my life work?
The thing with men is that we do vet.
Going into a serious relationship, a lot more intangible that could go beyond. A lot more that kind of has to come Asian than just the base level shit. So that doesn't even sort
But
it
see,
out.
look, to Cujo's point though, last point, I'm gonna mute up. Last point, even to Cujo's point, the women out here, I mean, if that's the questions that they're asking, how do the men respond?
We just kicking it, man. Realistically, no disrespect, but
okay, all right, we just kicking it. So all right, so everybody's side hoes. Everybody's side pieces.
We know what it is. Like, listen, like, men as men, right? Like, we know this is the thing with women that they say, right? Women know within the first 5 to 10 minutes if they like a guy enough to have sex with him. Well, the same thing applies to men when we consider a woman for a relationship or marriage. Like, we know exactly, if it comes down to it, man, I'll give you a baby and I'll put a ring on you. We know what that looks like, and we know what that is. The ones who don't know, we're going to drag the situation out for as long as we can, and they're going to allow the situation to be dragged out for as long, because either the sex is that good or the dynamic is that comfortable.
like they're gonna
like
for them, but they're gonna take it into that shit.
Cujo,
So
boy,
it's
you
like,
kept it so. Boy, you just kept it so 1,000 what you just said, boy.
I'm just
Ooh.
saying, man. Yeah, so asking all that, what are we? We are what we are, man.
Boy, you just kept it so 1,000 what you just said. Ooh,
It is
ooh.
what it is, man. Like that's the
Go
perfect
crazy.
that question, man.
Big Jersey.
I'm just saying, man. Like I done been through too much to you know what I'm saying, to see what's going on. And I'm not gonna lie, in this era, as a man, to be completely honest, the ratio of good men to good women, you should not be simping anyway. Like realistically.
All right. Hey, Cujo, is it all right to your counter question to your original question? Is it bad to be a simp?
Overall, yes. Yeah. Especially now in 2023. Hell yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's not good. That's not good for the guys. We can't do that.
It used to be a point where that shit was kind of redeemable. Like you pouring your heart out.
Look, Cujo, in the 90s, being a simp nigga was
all that keep
that was the wave.
But that shit is gone.
We lost a lot of money back then, Phil.
All that is dead, man. The brothers are now like, well, what do you bring to the table? What you got going on aside from, like what's going on? You think I'm finna we could go Dutch on the first day. Like this is the dynamic now. It's not out the gate. Well, as a man, I pay and I open the door. No, like we not that's all that is gone. Now it's like, well, you deserve that.
Like, I don't know.
No, we can still open doors, Cujo. Brother, I still open doors, brother.
nigga, I open the door.
Chivalry ain't dead all the way. You know what I'm saying? I'm still gonna open the door for a woman, dog.
Chivalry now is
like live. I don't give a fuck.
Now, what I'm saying is the chivalry now is more of a reward after the vetting process. Like, it's established that this woman is a good woman. Like, I could give her a child. I could put my last name behind her name, hyphenate the motherfucker. Like, I can do that now. Okay, all right, yeah, she worth opening the door for all that. It used to be a time where just cause you were a woman, men were doing that just cause. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but like I said, the ratio now of good men and good women, you don't really need to be doing all that anyway. I'm just gonna be completely honest. I'm gonna just
hold on, Cujo.
I'm not disagreeing with you, Cujo, but
you my good brother, but
right.
Yeah, I don't like this.
I have to highly disagree with what you're saying, good brother.
Right.
Opening up the door for women is just obviously if the bitch show you in the process of you doing that she don't deserve that, that's different. But in just the common setting of her being a woman, it's just respect, it's courtesy. It ain't a sign of simping. It ain't a sign of a nigga being soft or anything like that. Like, and I guess it may just depend on how niggas is raised. Everybody is raised differently. So, me personally, I'll always open the door for a woman, regardless.
I'll open it for a complete stranger. I don't care how crazy you look.
Exactly.
Yeah, especially if it's still old chick. That's not even like an old woman thing. Like if you young, like if you're a female.
That's what I said. Old woman, young.
Right.
Kids,
I'm agreeing with
girls,
that's not,
whoever.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
I mean, I'm
little
speaking
girls
to the overall climate right now. Like, I'm speaking to the dynamic.
I definitely do that for all types of women: white women, black women, Asian women, elderly women.
No demographic to if you're a female, I'm gonna open the door for you. Like just plain and simple. Like I'm gonna keep the door open for you.
Like where I'm from, like if you on the train, right? Like if I'm on the train and you see a pregnant woman, I'll get up. You know what I'm saying? Like let her sit down. But like what I'm saying now, the era we're in, a lot of niggas ain't gonna get up. It's just like, hey man, you pregnant? I just got off a 12-hour shift, man. You're gonna have to
you got to eat that. You got to eat that, little mama.
Yeah, go ahead and that baby gonna be walk soon, man. My legs don't work right now, so you'll be all right. Like this is the era we're in now. Like
you got to eat that, little mama. Stand up on this tray. You know what I'm saying?
You got 3 more months left. You know what I'm saying? Like.
So, Cujo, are you condoning the nigga that don't get up in that scenario?
Nah, I'm not condoning. Nah, I can't.
But he can understand the logic, though. I think what he's saying, he understands the logic of the decision.
Yeah,
dirty,
like
dirty niggas,
the
man.
climate change that I'm seeing now, I understand why. Like I understand why.
So break
Like
the why down for me, please.
okay, yeah, I could break that down perfectly. As I said, this is a completely different generation than the last two. Uh, we are the generation. I'm a '90s baby. Uh, most of us haven't grown up with both parents in the household for the last three generations. Like literally three or two generations so far. So and that just means parents aren't married. So you can still have your father in your life, but you know what I'm saying? Your parents aren't necessarily married, so they don't live under the same roof. Pops might live somewhere else, and your primary caretaker for the most part, or the parent you're around the most is the woman. So the black community overall, you know, has been matriarchal for the last, I don't know, 3 decades or so. So respect is still definitely given, but unfortunately, based on the climate change of the women now, you know, the rise of feminism, the rise of, you know, this is a word that isn't brought up enough, but misandry and whatnot, the dynamics have changed completely. Like it's I don't think there's not
That's
too many
definitely not
women
a
I come
word.
across. It is a word. That's the actual word. What you mean it's not a word? Like that's an actual
Right.
term.
Talk that shit, Cujo.
No, that's a real word. Like
Let him
that's
know.
Nah, I'm sure. I'm just playing.
Yeah. Shout out to
um.
nigga.
No, I'm just saying. Like it's common knowledge now to hate a man. Like it's common. It's common now. Like I done seen it growing up. I done seen it personally in my personal relationships. They might not say it outright. They might not say it directly, but their actions, their intentions, their motives. I
Mhm.
see this shit all too often, and this shit is so fucking pervasive. It's almost like, damn, like what am I with you for? Like, damn, like what is the point of all this? I've never seen this much hatred, uh, or at least this strong of a gender war, among all demographics, really. But since we black, you know what I'm saying, niggas got cancer when it comes to this. Like, I'm gonna just be completely honest. This is the world of genders, man. The world of worlds. Like I've never seen this much genuine, like visceral hatred before. So now you got a demographic of men that's like, well, damn, like what the fuck is going on? Like what's like what is with all the eye rolling and the stink faces and the talking shit and the what is going on? Like what happened to mom and pops and like my mom's generation is the southern belle? Like what happened to all of that? What is going on? You know what I'm saying? Now mind you, I grew up with my mom solely. So I was used to that, man. Opening doors, you know what I'm saying, opening up car doors,
Mhm.
getting up for, you know what I'm saying, a pregnant woman, walking the old lady across the street, getting her bags, all that. I seen that. But bro, we not the community oriented stuff, it's not happening anymore, man. A lot of that has become very rare. It's become a lost art. It has become
Do you know why? You can sometimes you open the door for bitches and they don't say thank you, bro. Like
yeah,
literally. Not back then they used to say thank you. Or when they say thank you, won't say thank you no more. They just be like, all right,
yeah, I've never seen this much anti-social like teenagers and young adults, bro. These niggas literally won't look you in the eyes. They won't speak to you directly. Like,
They be on that phone all the time, man.
yeah,
Right.
like I said, I'm an early '90s baby,
Like a
bro.
real old nigga.
Ha.
Pandemic done introduced that shit
You on that
to
goddamn phone now.
yeah, man, on
The
the phone.
fact.
Niggas ain't going outside all that much, and if they
Probably because you
are,
ain't on that phone all the time. Like,
yeah, man, all that shit all Black Mom was saying, man, they wasn't
The
lying to
world in front of
me.
you now.
Yeah, all that
mhm.
phone shit, get off your phone and all that. They wasn't lying. So that what I'm saying is shit has changed so drastically now. Niggas are cautious about doing basic things for a woman now. Like literally just basic shit. Like damn, like not also if I do this, I should get a thank you like I deserve it. But damn,
you
I
ain't
did it.
lying, man. Niggas can't even.
I'm
Sometimes,
weird.
I
it's been
I
times where I'm like, should I rub
don't.
that girl back?
Yeah, like it's. I mean, it's this. I mean, listen, man. Like I said, I've been alive for the better part of 28 years, man. Seeing the
Has
shit.
any Has anybody been to the club recently
Yeah,
in
I've
this
been.
room?
That's funny you brought that up. I've been to the club recently, like a Memorial Day and shit. Man,
Okay, did anybody? My
ass
question
big.
is, did anybody dance while you was at the club?
As far as men and women,
Just anybody. Like, I don't care.
uh,
I'm just saying
well,
dancing. I'm just saying like just cut a
yeah,
rug.
yeah. I went to like it was like a Memorial Day vibe. So a lot of Caribbeans and Africans. So when the Africans,
Okay, all right, nah. See, that's a different. All right,
yeah,
okay. See, the
folks,
setting you were in was a little, yeah. That culture is a little
yeah,
bit more. That's a dancing culture. I was
yeah.
talking about like African American.
Oh, I mean, yeah. I mean, I mean, yeah. You'll see the brothers, man. You'll see, what I'm saying. You'll see the Smiths and the Johnsons. Meek Mill come on and all that. Dreams and nightmares. Yeah, you see a couple of niggas, recite words and whatnot, but for the most part, they not really dancing. I'm not gonna know this.
Nobody's dancing. See, when
Yeah, it's a lot of
bro,
front.
when I was in middle school, bro, we had sock hops. We call it sock hops.
Right.
Where you go dance in your socks in the gym, bro, having a good time, not
Mhm.
worrying about nothing. We've gotten so far away from that culture of like going out with each other and socializing and fellowshipping.
Now
That
Right.
part of it, right?
y'all said I sound old. This brother just mentioned soccer. What's going on,
Sock
man?
hops.
Hey man.
What's going on, man?
Hey
Yeah, I
man,
never heard that.
you gotta let niggas
Don't
know,
say
cuz.
sock hop.
I
Don't
never
say
heard of
sock
that.
hop
I
in front
like
of
that.
You
bird.
gotta let
You be like,
niggas
what
know,
kind of swamp
cuz.
shit is that? You be hanging with swamps?
You see
Yeah,
like
but from what I've
pimp,
seen,
pimp
the
rallies and
club scene
school
is
dances and
definitely
shit.
not the
That's
same as
that
far as
sound like civil rights era, sure.
No,
yeah,
I'm
nah,
gonna
it's
tell you
a
something. The
What
club
you
scene,
mean? I
the
come from that.
That's what you
Cujo, the
said.
club scene just changes when you get older, man. Like that's what it is. When
yeah,
you get older, I think that's what it happens for every generation. Like you just get older, you be like, I don't want to do this shit no more. If we're gonna go out with some girls, we gotta get our own ladies. We gonna do some grown shit. This club shit,
right.
it's kind of ass. Niggas play the same music. It's ass. Like I don't
Yeah,
like it no
overall,
more, man.
it's
I
not
don't.
fire.
Appreciate it.
Like overall, it's not really. The
It was
women
fire
dancing
when I
among
was
them.
just when you're young. It's fire. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the women are dancing among themselves. The men are mostly, they hugging the wall. You know what I'm saying? They on their phone. They
The
looking
women are so
down.
outrageous. One time I had a girl, it was her birthday, right? She's drunk and I'm dancing behind her, right? She don't mind. Her friend comes up to me and literally says, just go, just go. I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm like, you know what? This bitch just blew my heart. This bitch blew me on. I'm about to leave. I shouldn't even said shit to her. I should just kept doing it because it's your girl's birthday. She enjoying herself. Let her dance. Or let me dancing. You know what I'm saying? Why you gotta hate? So you can't even enjoy yourself. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's ass. This generation is weird.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we just in completely different times. I mean, I wish I could, honestly, maybe an OT or something. I could break all this shit down way further, but I do know we got to segue and whatnot. We got to transition. Uh, I ain't gonna lie, we actually finally making good time. I'm actually surprised. I know, I know y'all love them 2-3 hour shows, man. Salute to them shows, but
Cause we ain't had nothing.
bro- brothers is definitely making good time. So we could definitely transition. Um, Now I'm gonna let y'all choose on this one, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let y'all choose. We could either address the Boosie situation that literally just happened. The brother, just got indicted. FBI and whatnot, or brothers can further break down the Billboard top rap group list. They just updated it. They're now up to 21. Um, And from just the people on the list I've seen, I'm not surprised at all. So,
Let's hit that Boosie topic real quick, man.
all right, bet. Um, yeah, man, brother Boosie, man. Lucci, man, I know you here.
I don't like how you
Listen,
say
man,
like Boosie. I don't know.
that brother cannot stay out of jail, man. I mean, I don't know what it is, man. Like, brother beat a murder charge not too long ago. You know what I'm saying? Um, Came home. I guess he tried to stay out of trouble as long as he could. But the feds have been watching him for a minute, man. I mean, capital murder charge. God damn it! I mean, yeah, the feds gonna be on you for forever, damn near. So, they caught the brother on live. He's a 2-time felon. So, Caught him on live with the pistol on you know what I'm saying, on his side or whatever, or in the back of his jeans.
Mhm.
And he got caught with 2 guns recently in the whip. Now to provide further context, he did get shot not too long ago, going to a memorial. I think wasn't it then he wasn't he going to
Yeah, he was one of Mo 3 shit.
yeah, Mo 3 funeral.
Yeah, he was at Big T Bazaar and shit, man. I don't know why he was up there, bro. Whatever.
Yeah, so the brother was in Texas, you know, going to Mo 3 funeral, ended up getting shot in the leg. And
I love Texas.
he decided to, I guess he wanted to keep it on. The man wanted to stay protected. But when you're a 2-time felon, you're not allowed to, you know what I'm saying, really own weapons for real. You can't really, you know what I'm saying, keep it on you for real, or, you're going back, basically. I'm not sure how Louisiana laws are really when it comes to that. I do know that in the South in general, the Midwest, y'all a little bit more lenient when it comes to the gun laws, but over here, that's a mandatory 3 to 5. You know what I'm saying? If you're on the East Coast, you get caught with a gun, that's 3 to 5, man. You get caught with a gun as a 2-time felon, you're doing 10, 15 max. So and that's just how it is. There's no beating around the bush. There's none of that. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody Sue Surf. You can't, I'm just saying. So yeah, the brother, got caught with 2 pistols, man. I don't know what it's looking like. I don't know what type of lawyer he's gonna get. The brother was just on Math Hoffa, you know what I'm saying? Talking about Kanye and all that.
Right. Further context, I think this is important. They tried him on the state level, right? Wednesday, and it got dismissed, and the feds were waiting for him outside the courtroom. So he literally got the charges dismissed, and then they're trying to hit him for the same incident, but on a federal level.
Yeah, so they're not playing with him. Like,
no, they are not playing. No, this is they've been like you said, trying to get him. I want to remind brothers, man. I don't know if y'all remember, like late '90s, early 2000s. There was a lot of talk amongst like 50 Cent, Ja Rule, Wu-Tang, a lot of the New York acts. They were talking about the hip hop police, where there's basically like police, right, literally set aside to follow rappers and rappers' entourages and kind of bust them with guns and dope and stuff like that. That is a real thing, man. I'll make my because I know brothers gonna cook. I like Boosie a lot. I'm not a big fan of his music, but I love that brother's interviews and I love his personality. This goes completely against what I usually say because I'm usually the main one. Like, I hate when people say free this person, free that person just because they famous. But I actually think Boosie has a lot of good, positive stuff that he says. And I think that this is a redeemable situation. You know what I'm saying? It's going to sound crazy, but I think that they could flip this into a dope community service if I was on the other side of it, Cujo, if I was on the legal side.
I'm actually surprised you're saying
you know what I'm saying? I think that they could flip this into something really dope and meaningful. Use him as a spokesperson on certain things. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how far that would go because we know Boosie is kind of, you know what I'm saying? He speaks his mind for sure. You know what I mean? But I have heard that brother say a lot of positive stuff about the youth and what he's trying to do with his kids, with his own kids, and how he looks at the younger generation and stuff like that. I know I've never had to, pack a pistol. Like, I've never been famous like that where I felt like my life was in danger like that. But in all honesty, on the flip side, bro, I'm going to shut up. Brother, you are a multi-millionaire, man. You know what I'm saying? You have more than enough money to have armed security. You know what I mean? Like you said, Cujo, he's already been in hot water several times. Got by the grace of God and got off with a slap on the wrist. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, let your security handle that, man. You know what I'm saying? You don't gotta have the pistol on your waist, man. Like, you are trying these people, bro, and like, that they're after you, man. Like, we've said this before several times, man. I know these brothers is rappers, not, we not multimillionaires like that, woo, but bro, y'all gotta move smarter, man. Y'all gotta move a little bit smarter, man.
Thanos, but I think what it is, man, those type of I think those type of outside
showed up
people,
on time. You see this?
I feel like those type of outside people from the streets and rappers, I feel like they just, from being outside, being in the streets, being in the streets, you gotta look over your shoulder and shit.
I get it.
Knowing you got enemies and you got certain haters, they
Yeah.
probably just, regardless, they got, if they want to pay security, they probably trust themselves more to protect themselves than the security. Because sometimes in situations, it's a lot of times security don't even be doing their job. Like they really they better
Uh,
I mean,
Can
They
I?
don't do their
and I think
job, but you know how many niggas die with their guns on them though. So that was a crazy, and I'm a man. Boosie is like one of my idols, bro. So I think that was a crazy mistake that he made personally, like because he could
Mm-hmm.
be fucking up everything that he got going on right now, bro.
Yeah.
Like you know what I'm saying? So
He too old for that shit.
yeah, I
yeah,
get
he's
it
too old.
because you know what? Like none of us don't. I mean, I've been shot before, so I know how I felt after I got shot, and I know how long it took for me to get over that shell shockness of somebody pulling up and start spraying and shit or whatever. It took me a while to get over that shit, so I get it where he's coming from, but at the end of the day, boo, you gotta move a little bit smarter than that, bro, because the cameras are on at all times, bro. And you cannot give these motherfuckers the opportunity to try to sink you after you didn't whoop their ass in court the first time. Bro. And a lot of this shit got the steam from what he did the first time, bro. Like, bro, he beat these people on the fucking double on first degree murder charges, bro. These people never forgot about that shit. That's the thing about these charges. When you have these charges, okay, you've been acquitted. Just because you're acquitted doesn't mean that these motherfuckers don't want you, son. So any little thing you do after that, bro, they gonna try to have it or try to give it to you. Me personally, when I get stopped in the car, motherfuckers actually what you got arrested for. If I don't tell these motherfuckers I got picked up or I've been arrested for second degree murder, 2 attempted murders or some shit like that, and they go and look at the fucking shit they said, they're gonna handle me way worse than me telling them. You know what I'm saying? But when I do tell them, it's an automatic. Let me search the car. I don't want to hear anything about anything you got going on. Let me search the car. So that's why I say when you beat these bitches in court, bro, they never stop coming at you, bro. Especially if they still feel like you're portraying that same life, but you're trying to do it smarter. And then I think Boo just been barking at the tree a little bit too long, bro. Like so, like he said,
Okay.
bro. My
Yeah,
mom
he do
told
feel
me,
like
bro.
he in his
Sometimes I gotta
Yeah.
shut the fuck up. Like he was like, that's my problem. He told that to Mike Tyson. My mom told me that's my problem. I don't know how to shut the fuck up, but I understand when Boo got something on his heart, son. He just like he just gotta say it. He said, like he said,
Right.
I'm not about to sit right next to a nigga knowing I don't like this nigga and not tell this nigga I don't like him and just be
That's a
looking.
fact. I
Like,
respect
what kind
that.
of, you know what
I
I'm saying? A
definitely
lot of
respect that.
niggas do that shit though, bro. So
I respect that.
I just think that was a crazy decision he made, man. You just gotta be more careful.
I got a question when you get done, Cujo. Go ahead.
Yeah, because I mean, in preference, Boosie's always been one of them rappers, man, from the beginning of his career. Always been knee deep in the streets. You know what I'm saying? At the height of his career, I mean, damn near the whole city was on his ass, you know. And allegedly, man, I'm gonna just preference this. A lot of people are now fertilizer because of that, man. That's all I'm gonna say. Alleged. All right. So even all of this is documentary, it's public info, but I'm just saying, yeah. Being in charge the first time, now being in your 40s, you got multiple kids, you got a house in the hill, you got businesses, you got independent movies. I don't know, man. I don't know what it is. Hip hop culture, man, to some extent, there's this era, man, where OGs feel like they gotta be double OGs or triple OGs, man. You don't gotta do that, man. Like, we
You
don't
ain't gotta
really
say what you
care to
said.
see Snoop be rolling 20 Crip from Long Beach. Nobody cares about that aspect of Snoop no more, man. We stopped caring about that when he was doing reality shows and was on TV with Martha Stewart and you know what I'm saying, like his kids in college now, and we don't care about it. He's a whole Pop Warner coach. Like, he's a whole like literally his entire state knows who he is, man, as someone who gives back to his community. He don't gotta be super loped out and all of that, man. You could put the C up and all that still, but for the most part, we don't really care, man. Same with a Ti, got kids too. Same with Jeezy, man. These brothers done sat down for years now. They got kids, they got families, they play golf, and You know what I'm saying? They're on TV with white folks, and they're like, we don't listen, man. You get on the track and talk about how you gonna, you know what I'm saying, shoot the da and all that. We get it, man. It's entertainment. I understand. But I think Boosie, one of them brothers, man, he's still gonna have one leg in and one leg out, it seems. To me, in
That's
my
a fact. That's a fact.
Niggas
I
just
do the
talking
same
though.
shit. I
Like
do the same shit too. So I
niggas just
can't.
talking
I'm not
like
gonna.
that's what they normally do.
Some of
In
that
their
shit is
interviews.
just gonna always be in. Like I'm gonna just say this, bro. This nigga being in the street, bro.
this
Some
nigga,
of this
man.
shit is gonna just be always in you, bro. Me personally, if I go to work somewhere with some and go do some job for somebody, bro, I'm still thinking about hustling, about off of the people that I'm working around. So
Right.
like that street mentality don't never go. Even though I'm here at work with you motherfuckers, but I'm still thinking like, damn, how can I hustle? How can I sell somebody in here something that I know somebody in here won't? That's where my mind is. So that street shit, bro, it just follow you when you haven't made your mind up to like, you know what, bro, I'm done with it. And
Right.
the persona Boosie give off, he never showed a nigga that, you know
Any
what, like
character growth.
Jeezy. Yeah, he never showed a nigga like Jeezy and T.I. and them there. Like you can see those brothers like transition to grown men, like, you know what I'm saying? But
I got
Boo,
a
he
question.
just feel like he's staying for the street, so and that's gonna be his downfall.
I got a question for brothers, man. This ain't to. I'm not asking for brothers to wish what they want to happen or what they think or what their wants as far as consequences, but
Yeah.
just objectively, right? Unbiasedly. You know what I mean? Like no from a tricking level, no feelings involved, right? You know what I'm saying? Uh, what do y'all think? Do y'all realistically think that the feds are going to get this one in? We know Boosie's been in multiple, like you said, Cujo, multiple cases, right? We know he's
Right.
got a good legal team. He's a multimillionaire. He's got
Right.
the funds for, for whatever, however long that this goes. Do y'all think that he's going to be held? Do y'all think that they're going to get him, or do y'all think that he can get off?
Right
It's
here, the
kind of
bond
hard
is
to say,
done.
bro. That's kind of hard to say, bro. Like you would say from another drug dealer perspective, bro. If I caught a distribution selling drugs, bro,
Hmm.
that's what I mean. That's hard. I can't sit here and watch myself on camera selling drugs and then go to court and tell the judge that's not me selling these drugs.
Hmm.
Like, bro, that's one of the hardest drug charges to beat ever is the distribution from someone. And when they have you on film making a purchase or buy or selling something, bro, like, so him being caught on camera is really, because see, I just found out that all this shit at the barbershop by him getting caught, the video that's seen him with the gun on him and shit. So I didn't even know all that at first, but when I found that out, I'm like, you can't explain that, bro.
Let me rephrase it. Let me rephrase it. Right. Let me take something Cujo just dropped on us. Let me say I'm the lawyer, right? Obviously, this is not legal jargon, but paraphrasing, right?
Mhm.
My client just recently got shot, Judge.
Oh
You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
He comes from the street life, Lucci. You know
That's
what I'm
the angle.
saying? That's the angle, right?
That's
Do
the
y'all
angle he
think that
taking.
can he get that off in court? He
I,
just got the state. It was dismissed on the state level. Feds was waiting for him, right? Do y'all think he can get that off, man? Like, look, man, we was just about to get Judge. We was just getting off, man. They waiting on him, man. Like
And
they trying
you
to get
know
him.
that's
But
why they dismissed the state charges, because the feds is already the feds told them to dismiss that shit. That's why they dismissed the state shit, because the feds is already on it, going ready to pick it up or whatever. So that's why they dismissed that shit. But like I said,
They
I
fucking
think
denied his run.
I think that he can't. I don't think the sentences will be as won't be maxed out just because of the situation of him getting shot, because that's the angle that the lawyer's going to take.
I think he can get some intense probation, bro. I
My
think he
client
can.
is fucking fearing for his life. Like, come
Yeah.
on, bro. Like, he's just been
Right.
shot. Was just in a wheelchair for a whole year or something like
Just
that.
tossed a white fire.
Like so they go. I think that's the angle they're gonna run with, but I don't know if it's gonna work. I hope it works, though, man. That's my fucking dog, man. I hope that shit works, though, man.
The thing with Boosie, man, it just depends on what the because I know the picture they're gonna paint. You know what I'm saying? I know the picture they're gonna paint, man. So I know to certain people and in Louisiana, the brother's a stand up person. You know, gives back to his community, He gives advice to the children. He's very outspoken. But then there's another side where the narrative is that he's a menace to society. He's a danger. Um, he's allegedly been involved in multiple murder cases, and it just depends on what narrative is gonna work. You know what I'm saying? What picture his lawyer is gonna paint, and what the prosecutor is gonna think of him. To be completely honest, I really don't know. Hip hop police, man. I don't really know. Like
Right.
you might get 7 years like Pooh Shiesty, after beating the case where you were looking at 20 something initially, or you might get the sentence reduced. I mean, you just had someone like O3 Greedo, for example. This dude was looking at 20 years. He had weed and guns in the car. You know what I'm saying? He's a two-time
Thug,
felon.
bro, got nine just for the guns. Young Thug,
Yeah, and
bro.
that he only completed 4 years out of his supposed 20 years. Saying he just recently got out, been dropping music ever since. So it really just depends, man. I don't know how they do it. If you're on your best behavior, or you gotta
That's the good
reappeal.
thing he got going for himself, Cujo. He hasn't
Yeah,
been in trouble in a minute. Like, so
right.
that itself, when the judge see that, like, okay, he
That's
hasn't
dope.
been in
Yeah,
jail, he hasn't been causing any chaos or any other thing. He moved from Baton Rouge, got his land, got his company going. Like, he got more positive going on than negative. So I think all that's gonna play a point in this sentence, bro. Like, but I do say I don't think it's over with for him. I really don't think it's over for him. I think he
I don't
got
think
a
so
great
either.
chance of probably like getting from under this or whatever. But like that said, he would be on strict ass probation or house arrest. He gonna be on something. But him getting shot, and I hate to say it, him getting shot, bro, probably is gonna save him from going through a lot of jail time. Bro.
Yeah, and from what
It's
I heard,
crazy how that come back wrong.
he got shot in the leg initially. So that would make me paranoid myself. I didn't witness gun violence growing up. You know what I'm saying? Multiple times on multiple occurrences. Uh, it done made me want to, what I'm saying, pack a pistol from time to time. But I knew realistically like that's not really the life for me anyway, and that I would have just been carrying one around for literally for no reason. But once you pick that shit up, it's very hard to put down. And some people just never gonna forget, man, the pain you done caused somebody's family, you know what I'm saying, by doing whatever you did, whatever decision you made. So yeah, it's not easy, man. So I mean, I could understand him being paranoid, man. He's a rapper, number one.
Hell
Two,
yeah.
he got all type of assets. He got, all type of, what I'm saying, like literally, like, a chain is asset. You know what I'm saying? A luxury vehicle is an asset. You know what I'm saying? Money in the safe is an asset. So anything can happen, So I'm not even upset with him for, packing pistols and whatnot. But once again, this is the feds, So once they build a case, that's it. There's no, we're gonna take you in and we're going to the station. No, like we done compiled all this evidence against you. You going to the big house, like, and that's it. At that point, you're gonna have to fight that. You know what I'm saying? This ain't the local police. This ain't, you know what I'm saying, the state. This ain't the DEA. We're talking about the Fed. We're talking about the, you know what I'm saying, like the top of the line. So, we'll see, man. We'll honestly see. To be completely honest.
Transition.
He gonna be alright, man. He ain't murder nobody.
Yeah, he gonna
Hey,
be
can I?
good, man. That nigga
Yeah, brother
stand on
Boosie
our
gonna be
10,
all
man.
right.
We going to the dome, man. Like Boosie, we going to the dome,
Man,
nigga. We
No,
going
he
to
man.
just
the
mad
dome.
because they ain't got what I got. They ain't paper chasing not here like little Boosie and
Yeah, man, they just mad, man. Like, come on, man. Nigga may wipe me down,
I
man.
turned the
Nah,
block on Twitter blocking now. These
What?
niggas don't hate.
we're not doing that, man. Come on, man.
Shit.
Yeah, man. I think we could just we could definitely transition, man.
Yeah. Come on.
I
Billboard, right?
appreciate
I had a
brother.
good. I ain't gonna lie. You can translate Billboard, but just if y'all do have extra time, I do have I talked about a topic, and I think I want to hear what y'all got to say about it. But we can go to the Billboard.
Yeah, like well, hold on, man. Before we Who got this title, man? And Marabi pays for P. Like, is that me?
That's my
Wait, wait, what happened?
My God, man. Y'all
Hey
brothers
man,
is petty, man.
hey man,
What
go
happened?
back, man.
I knew that was game, man.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Problem.
Oh my God, man. Nigga Maine is hilarious.
Let's go.
There you go Uncle the ad living, man. Like, come on,
Wait,
man.
what did I do? Hold up, I'm confused.
Nah, it's nothing,
that
right?
go back
Well,
shit
you
a little
man,
bit. Pause it
man.
too, man. I'm gonna be honest with you, man.
If y'all know anything about Robbie, man, he is, you know, he do got the links, man. That's all I'm gonna say, man. Shout out to Marabi.
Oh,
Shout out to Marabi, man. Shout out Reddit and all that. Yeah. But yeah, we could definitely transition, man. It's, you know, we got 2 more on the docket, but
Oh, you funny.
I'm gonna let brothers choose. You know, press for time, man. I know how Negroes are. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all are, man. So we gonna, you know, it's either we could cover, well, not black cult films, but cult films overall, or we could just finish the Billboard, you know, top rap rulers. Now, the preference what a cult film is. A cult film is literally a film that, you know, it is a film that has a significant fan base around it, but it's either regarded as a terrible movie by reviewers, or it wasn't as widely accepted initially when it was first released. But over time, people began to love the film, so basically literally created a cult around the film, essentially, yada yada yada. So that's what a cult film is.
I said billboards, man. Yeah, we could do the court shit in overtime. We could record that. That could be a whole nother clip here.
Brothers want to cover the bill. I know why, bro. I know you want to see where Hot Boys is ranked, man.
Shit, we ain't nowhere near on this list right here, bro.
Hey, did y'all,
you need to call me when you at 1 through 5, fam. I all the time 1 through 5, son. Call me then, bro.
I ain't gonna lie.
Now he's at Hot Boys.
You might not be happy, brother. I'm not
what? Oh, they ain't know what this is. 29 through.
I got a question.
Yeah, go ahead, Ty.
Before we get into the list, it's a question for everybody. When we consider the groups, just personally, right?
Yeah.
Do y'all consider, like, when they're ranking the groups?
Mm-hmm.
Do you consider, like, what the members did individually? Does that add on to the legacy of the group, or do you guys just go with what they did as a group? Yeah,
I think they did at that time as a group. Question. I think they actually specified within the actual what's it called? The actual, like, criteria that they did for this. I think they actually specified in there that they're not considering what they did individually, but more so as a group.
Okay, as a group.
See, okay, okay.
I should be on this. Hey, what numbers these is, Cujo?
Right. So they're now at 21. So they about to crack the top 20, I guess, next week or so. So now they're up to 21 now. So if because I'm on my phone right now, I can't just, like, go in and out and pause. You know.
Hey, yo.
Where's the list at? Where's the list at?
Wild.
Where's the list? Out of pocket, man.
Yeah,
Everybody's out of pocket.
We going edit, but yeah,
somebody stop it. Somebody stop him.
Somebody got a laptop.
I got it.
We got it.
Where do we leave off at, Cujo?
Phil will hit that cup and came back like it was
31.
31, I got it, man.
Yeah, 31 was Boogie Down Productions.
I got you. All right, y'all want me to just go slow or just run through it?
You can run through it.
Yeah, you can run through. You can start at 30.
All right, bet. 2 Live Crew. All right, here we go. All right, at number 30, Clips, Malice and Pusha T. 29, Primo, rest in peace, Guru, Gangstar.
Okay.
28, Ghetto Boys.
30 is way too low for Clips.
27, DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince.
You got okay.
Hey man, first rapper to win a Grammy. I don't know.
Go ahead.
I'm not mad at
Twen-
you.
You gotta listen to it in its entirety. Keep going, bro.
26, EPMD.
Okay.
25. I need a hot girl. Hot boys.
What? Oh,
Yeah.
man, stop the list, man. Stop the fucking list, man. Ain't no way. Ain't no,
Look.
go ahead. All right, go ahead.
It gets
Hey,
better.
Nah. I want to hear these next four names.
25 was the Hot Boys. 24 Diplomats.
We had a better run than them. Go ahead.
23 Sugar Hill Gang.
Better run than them too. Like, come on, man. Go ahead, man.
22 The Locks.
Better run than them too, bro. Come.
21 Bone Thugs, man.
I
That's
told
it.
y'all.
I get Bone
I
Thugs.
said Bone Thugs wasn't gonna make the top.
Hot Boys is not
Thugs.
gonna
I
go
think
Could have
Diplomat.
made the list. They could have made top 20. They could have made top 15 realistically.
All right, brothers wanna chop it up? What's up? What y'all think?
You definitely top it up.
Hold on. I want to say Lucci, Hot Boys, Diplomat.
That's a lie, man.
Diplomat Impact was a little bit
That's a lie. They
All
ain't have
niggas
no,
did-
they ain't created no stars like that,
I think my
man.
problem is with the older, because Sugar Hill should not be ranked that high up. That's Jersey all day, but they stole a whole song. Their first hit was a song that they stole, man. I can't support that. Respectfully, man. As
But to
Jersey
be fair,
biased as I am.
To be fair, I gotta flip it. To be fair, that was like the first big crossover rap song. Like that was the first rap song on the radio and all that. Like,
So,
but I feel you. I don't.
so they on off impact alone. That's it. I mean
that's
know
pretty
a
big impact.
moment.
Even though they jacked that beat, like Cujo said, they definitely jacked the raps. Stole my man Kaz's notebook. I think you know what, Cujo. Me personally, bro. I think they should have like an honorable mention. You know what I'm saying? Like a little list for people like that don't really have the discography, but they got those little accomplishments. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like a separate list. You know what I mean? So yeah, I don't agree with them being that ranked up.
Wow.
Lucci, I think if that's why I asked what I asked in the beginning, bro. I think if we was counting what brothers did individually, I think the Hot Boys would have more of an argument. But if we being honest, as a group, they was like a cult following, right? That first album, Get It How You Live. Then they had the guerrilla warfare, and then Cash Money started breaking up after that, bro.
Yeah, it depends on their run.
But the impact at I don't.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
At
Like,
that time, bro.
you-
Like that run at that time, bro, when they was doing all that. All you got to
But
think
I'm saying,
about.
That's true. Like, but hold on,
that's what I asked. But that's what I asked.
They're not including
You can compare it to this.
Right. So you can't count the Juvenile, you can't count the BGs, Bling Bling, and all. You can't count that, bro.
If you did, they would be ranked much higher on the list. But
That's why I asked what I asked, man.
And the
I
thing
just
is,
think like the Hot Boys was a lot hotter than because like I said, I think this wasn't. No, you go ahead.
Yeah, Diplomat was over them, and I listen. I already said that the Dipset was either gonna make the top 20 or the top 25. So I already knew that they were. I'm actually surprised they didn't mention G Unit. So that means G Unit makes the top 20. That's kind of interesting.
That is interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, Dipset could have made the top 22 if that's the case. If anything, and
because they went to war with them.
Right. So I know. Yeah.
The albums that G Unit have, bro.
They had like two. They had like two.
Two albums.
The thing is, though, like with all these groups, for the most part, groups tend to have relatively short runs. For the most part, they might have a 2-3 year span at the most, and that includes everything: impact, sales, influence, all of that. So it really boils down to that. But I do notice a lot of these groups have 1 year run max, man. Because Sugar Hill Gang, let's be honest, man. Like, come on, man. Outside of that song, them brothers did not have a buzz like that. I'm not mad at EPMD being ranked where they're at all. EPMD had a pretty relatively long run compared to a lot of the brothers on the list when you
Sure.
really think about it. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Like even out the gate, you know, they still were pretty relevant in the mid '90s as well.
What do brothers think about the Clips being at 30
Yeah,
or even on the list at all?
They got one album. They got
way
they
too
got
low.
oh. I
No,
don't
they
know,
rank
bro.
too high.
It should be.
What's up with this?
They rank too high.
They got
Like,
they got
two
one
classics,
album.
2.5 classics.
Push it too, bro. Man,
Two and a
stop
half.
it. Stop it. 2.5 classics, man.
Facts.
Bro, you gotta stop this, bro. These
What do you
lists
mean?
like Pusha T
First of all-
influence, like heavy. Like, come on, man. This brother doesn't need to be
come
on
on.
neither one. Not one of these lists, bro. This brother shouldn't be on, bro.
What are you talking about?
Get it?
Pusha
Way
T,
better than
man.
Hot
This
Boys.
brother should be on.
GB
What?
trash.
I'm gonna be honest.
Go ahead, bro, Robbie. You got it, bro. Go ahead. Go ahead, bro. You got it.
It wasn't for
Oh my God.
If it wasn't for that, them niggas really wouldn't be, you know what I'm saying?
If it was on Birdbag, the Clips wouldn't be. Come on, man.
Let Marabi get his bars off, man. Let Marabi get his bars off.
I want to at least hear Marabi's case for a
Go ahead,
while. To
Robbie.
rate that high.
Go ahead.
What do you mean? Like it's 2.5 classics, like I said.
They don't even have one classic.
2.5 classics.
2.5.
What's the half a classic? Hold up. What's the half a classic?
2.5.
You talking about Hell Have No
Wait.
Fury.
Go ahead,
I say
Robbie.
half because the last one's debatable. Their third album, Lord
thing with
Willin',
Clips,
classic.
We was just talking about runs, right? We were just talking about runs. Them brothers literally had one run. Like
That wasn't even a run.
year run.
That wasn't a run, bro.
I can't even argue that.
They got
was
held
That
back,
wasn't a
though,
run,
man. Hold on. They got held
That wasn't
back.
a run.
They had nothing to do
No,
with
it
it. The
wasn't,
music
bro.
was classic.
Bro, they got one
The
charting
best thing
album,
they.
man. One
I'm not saying
charting
really why
album.
they
Doesn't
lit.
matter. It's classic.
And Birdman on the
It doesn't matter.
song.
That album is even brothers. Like, it's considered a classic among either people who are fans of Clips or hardcore hip hop fans.
Hold up, man.
It's not necessarily undeniable classic. So I can't.
No, but if you have
Man,
let's be real, if
they're
you have
lit.
ears,
They're
right?
lit
If you have
because-
ears, and you're not
Okay.
Lucci, it's a classic.
See, the thing is, okay.
No, it's not. Bro, listen.
If we
Can
talk
I
about
tell
the
you why that group is
2000s,
lit?
them niggas wasn't. Them niggas
Alright,
wasn't
That group,
top 5.
that group is lit because of that one, because they had Pharrell, one, and making good beats for him. Two, the one song was so damn iconic. Niggas was doing the beat for days. Like anybody could do that beat. Remember niggas used to make beats? That was anybody. Niggas was coming out the womb doing the Clips beat.
Classic.
It was
beat,
that.
for sure.
What is that?
Yeah, it was so
Please.
monumental.
Bro,
That's
they're
what
not
made
even-
it.
freestyle beat.
They're not even a top 5 group of the 2000s. We talking about the 2000s? They're not top 5. Man.
They're top
That's
5 group, like
Bro,
ever.
How?
The top 5,
Bro,
you said?
this making, bro.
I got
I know
it.
I made you.
Bro,
Robbie, you make it. I think
2000s, bro.
this is
We talking
revenge.
about-
This is
we talking
revenge because I said
about-
Andre
we
3000.
talking
I
about
got a
Dipset.
question from Robbie, man. I got a question
What's
from
up?
I got a legitimate question from Robbie. What was Clip? You better have your bars together, brother.
I don't.
What was Clips's What was Clips's impact, man? What was their impact?
Exactly, like, come on.
What was their impact,
Be
man?
realistic.
Let's just do that.
Who did they influence? I mean,
Bro, they got
What was their
one
impact,
charting
man?
album,
Creator. Let's go there.
influence?
Benny.
Tyler? My
Yo.
bad, I ain't gonna get out of it. Go ahead.
Yeah, what's wrong with
Answer
Tyler?
that question.
I'm asking what was their impact, bro?
What do you mean?
What was their impact, man? They had one album, maybe I guess the Hell Hath No Fury is considered classic, like amongst like mixtape heads, right? But
no.
I'll give you the Lord Willing, right? I'll give you the Lord
I've
Willing.
never heard that
right?
before, bro. Go ahead.
I never heard that.
I'm trying to get.
I'm a
Hey,
mixtape nigga too.
I'm trying to give the brother a little bit of,
You might have tried
Well, Big
harder because
Grace.
that shit don't
What?
make no sense. I'm sorry.
How is that? It's a classic. There's
Okay,
no debate.
I'll give you Lord Willin, Marabi. I'll give you Lord Willin, right? Gold
No
album,
Hat,
right?
No Fury.
Two
For sure.
classics.
That's
Okay,
wait.
but I'm
That one's
saying, what was
better
their
than
impact
Lord
though?
Willin.
They got one album that's
Bro, they
considered a
got one
classic,
charting album, man.
right?
One. That's it.
Be two
What?
nights, man.
I'm asking. All right, bro. All right, man.
Okay, so
I'm how they got
listen,
quiet.
they got held back by the label. I mean, it is what it is. They didn't chart, yada yada. When
got
their
held
shit
back by
leaked,
the label.
it was instantly a classic, and that's not a lie.
Man, we not. Come on.
It is.
Label held them back.
Instant though.
What label?
It was regarded as classic over time.
You didn't get sympathy points,
No,
Marabi, because the
instant.
label. Come on, man. Like,
Label held them back.
all right, man. Never mind, bro.
It
I
did.
was just trying to.
So the best beat ever, right up there with the simplest, most popular. He had Pharrell for the whole album. Like the beats on Hell Hath No Fury are insane.
All right, what'd you say was the
Hold on,
best
can I
beat
say-
ever? The grinding beat? Is that what you was referring to?
Yeah, that's a classic.
That's the best. It is a classic.
Let me-
beat. Is that
Robbie,
the
when
best
you-
beat ever?
For this argument, it is.
But Robbie, can I ask you a question?
Argument.
What year?
I'm
What,
done.
what year did Hell have? What year did Hell Had No Fury come out?
I think that was like 08 or 07.
No, that was.
Oh, it was so much better shit out. Oh no, I ain't know
And,
that.
it came out 2006.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like 03, 04, somewhere in there. Yeah.
Lord Willin came out like 02.
Okay.
That was the first album.
Okay.
So realistically, right? So they had their first album exclusive audio footage that got shelved. So Marabi
That
is
was
right
good too.
in that aspect. He was right. That first album got shelved.
Okay.
They dropped Lord Willin, good album.
Mhm.
Then they didn't drop anything for another 4 years. So in that span of time, from 2002 to 2006, right? You had Dipset, you had G Unit, you still had Mobb Deep around that
Dipset is
time.
terrible though. Like on the go back.
What years are you talking about, Cujo?
2002 to 2006, right? So from
Okay,
2000 yeah, you had Dipset, you had G Unit,
Mm-hmm.
you still had major figures, you had State Property, you had Yin Yang Twins, you had Lil Jon and East Side Boys. Like, where did these brothers realistically rank amongst all?
Lil Jon, what?
Bro,
Give them the Peace,
Eastside
D12.
Boys, come on, man.
we talking about the height of snap music, bro. Like, when was Pusha T and them as popular as
Lil
that?
Jon made the booty. He made a booty club music. Shit,
They got one chart.
So it's just about popularity.
We're talking about the criteria here: impact, influence, sales, all of that. So they don't match up in any of that realistically. Like, with all due respect, like, the impact wasn't immediate. They didn't have any sort of influence realistically. Sales wise, like I said, they got one charting album. So,
How do they not have influence when artists say they have influence over?
what influence though? The way they dress. They were already dressing like other people.
Robbie need to be their manager. You might be able to say their career. Where you right?
They were dressing like Kanye. They were dressing like Wayne. If you want to argue who was wearing bait first, okay, but influence in terms of what, braids? Like, I mean,
They didn't even do that. Braids,
right?
they didn't do that either.
Niggas had braids. Niggas had the AI braids. Like, niggas wanted to have braids like Pusha T. Is that what you telling me, Marab?
So
Like,
guys don't rap like Pusha T and Malice at all.
What? You guys. Who next, man?
so
Damn, I can't
These
talk about
Bennys,
this,
these Tyler the Creators, they never gave credit to Push. These J. Cole's, these Kendricks, that never happened.
None of them sound like them, and they're all better. Like,
They don't sound like them exactly, but they all give credit to Push.
credit to Push for what? We talking about
Where was this? Where was I? When was this?
This is crazy right now. I don't know what we're doing.
And you know what? I don't want to spend too much time in the clips.
Yeah, let's get out of it.
I broke it down already, and realistically, like I said, I've never even seen.
You guys don't know what you're talking about.
I've never even
There's
seen their rap peers. I've never even seen people like contemporarily even mention the Clips as a group. Like, yeah, they were one of the groups in the 2000s that I remember. I've never, bro. Like, I'm sorry to say that. Little Brother and the Dipset and G Unit and the Locks and Mobb D. I've never heard none of these brothers mention
Little brother.
Locks. Yes, Little Brother, man. Like, when have any of these groups ever mentioned Clips? Like, oh yeah, they were one of the guys in it. Never. Like, so I mean, yeah,
How do
realistically,
you know that? You don't know that. You're just saying.
what do you
there's
mean?
no
If we're talking about public
You're
interviews,
just saying that.
okay,
there's nobody that was listed above Clips that the Clips is over, bro.
only person I can think
EPMD,
of,
Gangstar, the
right.
Locks, like there was nobody named that they're above, bro.
And like I'm saying, like even their peers, their rap peers in the mid 2000s, I've never even heard them give the Clips, the respect or any sort of, or even any sort of acknowledgement. Realistically, I'm just being completely honest. And there's been a lot of groups in the 2000s that came and went. I'm just saying, like I feel like they're, not even they're ranked too high. You know what I'm
You're
saying?
basically saying that the high praise that you're giving them, they would have got that. Trust me.
You know what's funny? Like they're Pusha T is ranked 30 on the top rappers list, and you see Clips is ranked 29 on this list. Like I don't know what it is with like this Pusha T push that they've been doing on both these lists, but it's kind of been getting on my nerves, man. I don't.
It's getting on our nerves that they're so low.
Bro, yeah, listen, man.
No, they're too
Pusha T
high.
and Clips, that's a moderately successful group. He's a moderately successful rapper. Like, cool. Like, but he's ranked too high, man. And they're not even the only group ranked that high anyway, so I'm not even mad at
Dipset is terrible.
I think Clips
Terrible.
even so.
Oh, not even. Hold on, I'm mad. This nigga gonna sit here and ramble on about that bullshit ass group and then say Dipset is fucking terrible.
Dipset.
Get your mic. I'm
Dipset
mad.
had impact, though. Dipset had influence. Like
Clips has a legendary record too, though. You got to think
They
about
do?
that comes into
Yeah.
consideration. When
Okay,
we talk about these
break it down,
groups.
Phil. I'm
We're
not
not
even
gonna
want to hear what you
compare.
got to say.
We're not gonna.
No, I'm saying no. I'm just talking about like grind. The grinding
Hey, stop
record
that.
was so.
That's
Everybody
it,
knew
though.
grinding.
It is.
We
That's
already
one
said
single
that.
though.
That's it.
Phil, that's one
That's one
song.
thing.
I'm not trying to like
I mean, other than that, and what happened
defend that point, but I'm saying though, I'm talking about as far as the group is concerned. What y'all arguing point is, I feel like Clips is up there because of that record alone, because it was so impactful, it was so worldwide. Everybody knew that beat. Everybody knew that song.
God.
But
Phil.
I'm not trying to defend it. I'm just saying.
Why'd you jump out there? Why'd you jump out here, Phil? Why'd you jump out there?
I'm just throwing
Why'd
the
you jump
brother
out here?
some. I'm throwing
Why'd you
the
jump
brother
out here?
some bail.
I tried to, Phil. It didn't
I'm
work.
trying to throw the
Their
brother
first two
some
albums are both
bail.
classics.
Man, like I don't know.
Hold on, Phil.
Hell have no fury. I mean, the first joint, the first album with
Lord
the
Willing.
cartoon joint.
That's the only album.
Lord Willing. I think that's a classic. That's a classic
I
album.
gave him
right?
that one. I gave him that one.
Yeah,
Okay.
one.
He's got one.
All right.
Then
All
they
right.
went on a
To the
4-year hiatus.
to the casket drops. That ain't one of them ones.
I said that's half a classic.
Brother Marabi,
Listen, we gotta have.
We can't do this.
Comparing
2.5
comparing Clips to
GPA.
Mind you, right? Hold on. Mind you,
I'm just throwing the brother some bail. I ain't trying to intrude on your argument. I was just listening.
Nah, they're huffing glue, Will. It's okay.
I got a question for Phil. Is this is really a rhetorical question? Is anything that the Clips put out more impactful or legendary than anything EPMD or Gangstar put out? 'Cause those are two of the groups that was above them. I'll leave the Dips out of it. I'll use some mid ground groups because they wasn't mainstream and they wasn't underground. Gangstar and EPMD.
yeah. Was there
anything Clips? Was there anything Clips had that was above anything that them two groups put out?
Yeah, they did.
Like what?
Better music.
Good music.
Yeah.
It's
You
it's a
saying that like
lot.
EPMD
I,
don't
I,
have
I
multiple classes?
look if I get
Yeah,
off
but
my screen right now, I'll get off the live and join. So I can only go off the albums. There's work on the Lord Willing album. There's work on the
Definitely.
Hell Hath No Fury, and there's work on To the Casket Drops. There's all
Okay,
good
y'all.
work.
classics.
Okay, listen. Y'all brought up grind.
Classics.
Hold on, y'all. Let's go singles, man. Y'all brought up grinding, right? If
Why go
that's the
singles?
iconic beat. What if I went EPMD? What if I say so? What you're saying? Or what if I say you guys to chill? Or what if I say you're the
You got
custom?
shit.
Like
All that is
those
classic.
aren't iconic beats and iconic songs. Like as far as hip hop goes.
And if you understand who Eric Sermon is as a producer, like I don't like.
Now, if we go gangsta, if we
I
go
think that's
Phil,
nostalgia based though,
but
because
you could say,
Nostalgia.
oh, now it's
Pharrell
nostalgia
and
based.
Chad.
Wait, so who's
That's what I'm
above
saying.
them?
Pharrell and
Wait,
Chad
who's
different
above them?
though. Come on, we can't do that now. We can't. Now you gonna bring up Eric as a producer. Now we gotta
Yeah,
bring up the producer angle. You brought it up. I didn't bring that up.
Okay,
You
so
gotta
if you
put.
go, you still go clips produced by Pharrell, and then I go, okay, so do they have anything more iconic than Mass Appeal by Gangstar, or Step in the Arena, or what's another joint? What's the joint with Casey and JoJo? Royalty. These are all primo
Royalty.
beats. Like what? Like what are we talking about?
I still think grinding is over them, dog.
Man, I'm gonna mute up.
Everybody
All right,
know.
all right.
Everybody knows the
I'm gonna mute up, brother.
if I was to beat on the counter right now, everybody
Wait, Cujo.
knows
Cujo,
exactly
what's the
what
rest of
the
the
beat
list like
is.
above them?
Who else is above them?
Yeah.
Well, like Ty said, EPMD, Gangstar, I believe. Ghetto Boys. Who else? Hot Boys. Dipset. And who else? Shit.
Sugar Hill Gang. Now I'll give y'all that one.
Yeah, that's the only one I
Yeah,
disagree with. That's about
yeah,
it. Everybody else is
y'all can have that one.
definitely over them. Like everybody else is definitely
I've
over them.
noticed though too, Cujo Marabi always does this whenever there's a list and it's Pusha or clips. We get sidetracked for 20 minutes.
Yeah,
Because
because
you
like
guys
It's
keep
what he.
lying
It's what he do. It's what he
and
do. Right.
fucking
It's what he do.
gluing shit.
This the most talking Marabi ever does on episodes when it's Pusha T related, man.
Because you guys are like smoking Jenkin and shit.
no, I'm being. Listen, man, I'm being objective. I'm being objective. We're being realistic here. Impact wise, okay, it wasn't an immediate impact when the first album dropped. Like I said,
Where's
they
my
got
lighter?
one gold album. Then they went on a 4-year hiatus, came back with a decent second album. Okay, then a third little decent album. By that time, Push went solo, so none of that was as impactful as the
Optic
first
Classic mixtape.
album. I don't know about any of that because most people acknowledge the first album, and that's about it. So I don't know, man. And like I said, they weren't a top 5 group of the 2000s, bro, at all. So I'm not gonna say they were bottom 5, but they weren't top 5. So they weren't G Unit. They weren't Dipset. You know what I'm saying? They
They're
weren't.
over Dipset because Dipset is terrible.
They're not over Dipset, bro.
You're not. You
Dipset
can't. You
is
can't.
terrible.
Hold on. Now I'm gonna speak my nigga Dipset because you was speaking about that trash. It pissed me off. I'm saying that shit. If we going off impact, yo niggas only got one impact.
No.
Dipset, you got
Just
song. Hold on,
just
don't.
with your ears.
What's
if it was
and what I
music
lose
alone,
what?
they'd still lose. Like I don't understand.
No, oh my
Still
god.
look.
Like,
Listen,
come
they're
on,
two
man. They
different.
don't got
They're
no
two
I
different
Dipset.
style of
think
rappers.
Dipset
And plus,
and Clips has
Dipset's the same.
comparable production too. So
Yeah, we got Kanye and shit
I
like
don't
that.
know
We
about
beefing
that.
with G on it. We influential with the clothes. You know what I'm saying? With the words, the slang, the terms. We bring all types of shit. You see it like
Anybody
we
want
with
to emulate no
Rockefeller, bro.
damn
You
Clips? Like,
can't fuck with us, man.
This is the
you got
problem
them two
too.
Wizards, man.
disputants.
This is the problem with the clips argument to me because technically Hell Hath No Fury was a mixtape. That like if we doing that, it wasn't like an official studio album. It was a mixtape, right? Lord Willing was really their only official album. Like the joint that Marabi brought up, the exclusive audio footage that got shelved. So that wasn't even available for like public consumption. So technically, bro, like they really only got that one album. If we doing that,
All right,
if
so
we're
I'm
going by
just
them rules, if we're not counting like mixed, like they got that one joint, bro. Like
and
what are we talking about?
it's not more impact. And mind you, listen, to be fair with Dipset, they also got one gold album. So you could argue that, sales wise, they peaked after their first album, but they still got the impact and the influence. You know what I'm saying? There enough to make an argument to even be in the top
You
20.
don't think they first two though?
Now,
Cujo.
Diplomatic Immunity too did not go gold.
Eh,
Right? They didn't even
okay,
chart.
okay.
Yeah, they only
I,
got
I
one
thought that
charted.
that was a good album though. I thought
It
that was a
was,
good
yeah,
album.
it was dope. But yeah, it didn't do all that well.
Yeah, that first diplomat immunity is too. It was two
Sales wise,
CDs. It was
see
fire.
that's
Yeah,
what
it
all
was better.
these type of conversations that we have, because everybody has their, I ain't gonna say personal opinion, but there's always biases on how we feel about certain albums and the impact that they made, and how we see the influences contributing to other artists, right? But then the ultimate like separator is the sales. It's like, how much did you sell? Well, how much? Well, you know what I'm saying. We talk about impact. Well, how much did this album really sell? And then
I mean,
that's complicated too, because we got a hood legend albums or movies, right? But they ain't selling the box office like that. But they still classic to us. So that's a fine line to kind of like.
only thing Clips and Dipset has that's comparable is the sales. I mean, they're pretty much even with that. That's about it. It's not close when it comes to impact, sales, and who is considered the better group overall. Like, it's not even close. You know what I'm saying? With
Right.
all due respect. I mean, Marabi, that's his opinion. As far as, their first album not being all that good, and, their beats not being all that great. That's literally just his opinion. Some people think that album didn't age all that well. I mean, I don't really hear that too often, but I do hear it. I don't hear it enough though. That's the thing. So I personally love Heatmaker's production on there. Like, I love the rapping on there. I love the skits on there. There's some tracks on there I could do without. Not everything on there is playable now. I will agree in that aspect, but for the most part, I fuck with it. Like, Clips don't got a Dipset anthem. They don't got they don't got I really mean it. They don't got like they don't got none of that. They don't got gangster music. They don't got Who Am I? Like, they don't have none of that on that. Like, I'm just saying, like, they don't.
Yeah, you're right.
So, I mean, you got a Hell Real freestyle. Like, I'm gonna be completely honest. Like, I'm not even throwing no shade. But I'm not gonna act like that first album, Lord Willing, wasn't dope. It definitely was. They're definitely rapping. Brothers was lying. But they was rapping. You know. Uh,
There was over excellent production, was what I will
yeah,
say.
extra production, just lying all over the track. You know what I'm saying? Definitely lies though. But it was definitely good rapping. But, like, come on, man, the niggas arguing with Wayne about who wore bait first and all. Like, we don't. Come on, it wasn't. Wayne ignored the niggas for so long because they weren't all that important. With all due respect, like, them niggas wasn't even important to acknowledge, bro. They weren't. Like, Wayne was in his best rapper alive run. He was going at niggas like Nas and Hove, like, and 50. Like,
I ain't rapping with clips.
yeah, he
They ain't got
wasn't
clips.
acknowledging niggas like, oh, hey,
And
we wore
the
bait
crazy
first.
part the crazy part about that, Cujo, even though he was shooting at them niggas at that point in his career, it wasn't no like pushback from them, right?
To
It
an
wasn't
extent, it was
no
a little, the niggas had the little pop shots.
right. It was little pop shots, but it wasn't like
I'm not gonna say they gave the brother the crown, but you could kind of tell they were on some, because the whole was still in. I'm retired and whatever. But you could tell they all kind of, this brother was on every feature. I mean, he was on every magazine cover. it was kind of hard at that point. Like even if you did send a shot, like it was kind of little subliminals here and there, but like it was nothing that could be argued for real. To be honest. So yeah, like that brother wasn't acknowledging no clips, man. Like respectfully, like individually as a group, them brothers had very moderate success at the most, bro. Like Ying Yang Twins over them realistically, bro.
Oh
If you
yeah,
talking about
yeah.
sales,
We gonna do that.
they got like
Yeah,
3 platinum albums.
for sure,
Like
for sure,
niggas
for
don't know nothing
sure.
about
Yeah,
that. Them niggas went
and
on
they
a
slept.
4-year hiatus, bro. They went on a 4-year
Where, hey
hiatus.
Cujo, where are they on this list? Them two.
Ying Yang Twins, unfortunately, they're at they is like late 40s, like 48, 47. So
Where's Travis Porter on this list?
they didn't mention them. They didn't mention them yet.
And they mentioned Travis.
Yeah, we
What?
still at 20. We at 21. So I mean,
Okay,
next
all
is gonna
right,
be
yeah, they might be higher. Yeah, I'm about to say like, yo, nah, Travis Porter run was different.
the groups they didn't mention yet is Migos. They didn't mention Unit yet. They didn't mention NWA, Outkast, Mobb Deep, Wu-Tang. Who else?
You mentioning like top 10 right
Yeah,
now.
Those
those
are
are the
top
top
10.
tier. Yeah, those are
Those are
cream of the
top 10.
crop. Yeah.
Yeah.
Outside of them, maybe who else they didn't mention? I could say, what other groups? Man? I'm trying to think of any other groups that can make like the top 20 or so. I see they didn't mention the Roots yet. They didn't mention the Roots. They didn't mention the Fugees, I believe. So
Fuji's got. That's one of the things. Like you guys was arguing for that one Clips album. Fuji's
Right,
got
they got
2
one,
albums,
too.
but that second album went did crazy,
score?
like
Talking about
17,
score?
18 mil. Yeah, like
Like
retarded numbers. You know
realistically,
what I'm saying?
though, Clips music
Oh,
is
they didn't even
better than
mention Naughty by
Wayne's.
Nature
Let's
yet.
be
I just realized
stop
that.
lying, Cujo. You've
But
been
we're
lying about Clips and Pusha T for like 5 minutes.
but this isn't about quality of music though.
Oh my god.
That's not the. I'm serious. I'm just going off the crowd. It's not about like quality. Like we're not judging strictly off quality, bro.
If you were judging street, okay, it'd still be come on, man. They still would get their
Still
ass.
wouldn't be that high, man.
Yeah, like come on, brother.
Yes, there will be.
No, they wouldn't, man.
But no, I was gonna say, Cujo, Fuji's definitely they have a very strong shot at top 20, you know what I mean, top 15 or whatever, just off that second joint, you know what I'm saying, because it went so crazy.
I ain't gonna lie, they need the Jersey list up a little bit more. Put Naughty by Nature up on there. Put Lords of the Underground on there. You know what I'm saying? If they put Sugar Hill Gang on there, come on. Lords of the Underground can make it, man. Yes, man. Chief Rocker, man. We're not doing that, man. Shout out Dupree, man. Listen, man, the mayor, the councilman now, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out North.
See, if I was doing the list, I would, to me, bro, like I count everything. I count albums, I count mixtapes, everything that people did as individuals, because I think that speaks to the group as a whole.
Right.
Me personally, you know what I'm saying? I think the list would be a lot different. You know what I mean?
Gonna do some dumb mess and put like Bad Meets Evil or Slaughterhouse. I swear to God, they do like that.
Slaughterhouse, hilarious.
I'm cool on all of that, man. But yeah, they didn't mention State Property, the Fugees, Naughty by Nature, them type groups. They haven't mentioned it yet, so that's gonna be interesting to see where they're
UGK?
Oh, they didn't even mention UGK. I just realized that. Yeah, they didn't even mention UGK yet. So that's gonna be interesting too. I feel like they're gonna make the top 20. I don't think they're gonna make the top 10, brother. I ain't gonna hold you.
It's cool. The two groups I like, niggas old as hell anyway, man. So if they're gonna be top 30 and 20 and shit like that, it's cool.
They'll probably be top 20, I'm sure.
Yeah, I could see them making
3-6 Mafia is another one.
T36, yep.
That's probably be
way too long on this list though, man. I'm sick of this shit.
Yeah, 36 is another one. You know what I'm saying? So that's gonna be interesting too. If they do some wild mess and mention say lunatics, I'm hey, that's disrespectful, man. I don't know. I don't understand.
We all agree Clips is holding up somebody's spot.
That's a fact.
Stop lying.
Are, man.
Hold up, man. I'm about to put you all on mute. Hold on.
For what?
Let's get out of here, man.
Yeah, man. Let my brother hate,
Get on
man.
out of here. Yeah.
We taking our ass to OT, man. Listen, man. This is another classic show. You know, Negroes are on Negro timing, unfortunately, but fortunately, you know how we do in this pod, man. We started 6:30 supposedly, but really it's 8:30. You know what I'm saying? But hey, man, we drop classics, so it don't matter, man. You know, but it do really matter though, realistically, man. We got to work on that, realistically, brother. But yeah, man.
Side note to all the people that's listening, go see that new
Yeah.
Transformer movie. It's worth it. I ain't gonna cap. Shit's solid, man.
Hey, man. I heard mixed reviews on that, but I'm gonna check that one out. We definitely going to OT. You know what I'm saying? Brother's gonna be in the Discord. You know what I'm saying? The IWP Discord, man, where everybody chime in, give their opinions. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, we ain't dictators, man. We ain't celebs, man. Y'all could talk to us, man. Y'all could, you know what I'm saying? Y'all could chop it up with brothers. It is what it is, man. But we finna head up out of here.
Yeah,
Finna
man.
head up out of here, man.
All right.
Clips are over
Peace.
Dipset. Dipset is
Shout out
terrible.
IWP,
Man, we not
Peace.
Free
done.
Torres hats, man.
Not.
Free Torres hats, man.
I heard that, Marabi. I heard that, man. Clips is trash, brother.
We're
Yeah,
out.
gang.
R.I.P.
Dipset is
Pimp
terrible.
C. Rest in peace, Pimp C, man. You sent. Y'all need healing, brother. Y'all need a prayer, man.
All
Free
right.
Torres hats, man. You know what I'm saying? Baton Rouge, all that. Praying for brothers, man. We out, man.